Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Coaching from the Couch. This is your Washington Commanders update, and we are your hosts. I am
Yes.
Candi Waller from Bowie TV. This is Wole from the urban sports scene. We are doing a live Bowie television recording. This is a collab that I've just so enjoyed doing this season, Wole.
It's
It's
been
been
cool. It's been
really,
great.
really cool doing this with
Yeah.
you. And you all come on in. It is the end of the season. I just told Wole it's been a long 48 hours. Okay. And I'm actually, because we are live, I am just getting in from Ashburn.
The dedication, y'all. The dedication.
The grind is real.
Yeah.
It is real.
That's a fact.
And so we've done the whole game day scenario. Had to come home, locker room clean. I said there's 2 days of the year that I do not like when it comes to the NFL, and that is roster cut down day and locker room clean out day. Locker room clean out day sucks. But at any rate, so it was here. It was here faster than anticipated this season. So if I look tired, it's because I am, but it's okay because I was ready. I've been waiting all day for this. Trust me. I know we have to get everybody on. And I already see somebody say, "Oh, I guess this is a compliment, right?"
Yeah.
Give me my glasses. Hold on. Let me stop. Thank you for watching and supporting. Make sure you're subscribed to Bowie TV in the urban sports scene. Thank you so very much for the compliment. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Turn on your notifications.
There you go.
Get us in the algorithm. If you are in Prince George's County, Maryland, and you have not cut your cable, you can find Bowie TV on Comcast channels 190 and 1097. What else, Wole? Did I get everything?
Yeah, make sure y'all, like you said, subscribe, like, we accept super chat to help us support our show. So if you feel generous and kind, and you know what I mean, hit us with a super chat on either channel. Doesn't even matter. Also, man, I forgot to mention this for all the folks. Happy 2026 for everybody out there.
Happy New Year.
I'll be doing that too. You ain't the only one. So, but happy 2026 to everybody in the chat. I'll be doing that too. I'll be forgetting.
Listen, even in Ashburn, people are like, Happy New Year. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Yeah, that's right. Happy, sure.
Yeah,
okay.
Sure. Yeah. I'll be like that too. I'll be like, oh yeah. It is about that time.
And so Paul joined. We try to address as many comments as we can. Like Wole was just saying, the super chat, super thanks ensures that your question or comment will be acknowledged. If it's not up there, we can't guarantee that it'll be acknowledged. But we really try to do the best that we can. We see Maz has joined. Definitely, it's the season finale, but it's really not, because there's so much that needs to be discussed. There's so much that's going to be discussed. It's just a lot. And so just I kind of talked to Wole about this last week, which was like, we could do a post game recap. We could talk about the game. But the reality is locker room clean out is today. And locker room clean out is a big day. It's a lot, because that's the last time you're going to talk to players, unless you end up talking to them in the off season for whatever reason. But in terms of a formal media availability to talk about the season or plans and things of that nature, it's kind of it. And so I think there is one more thing I wanted to pull in. I don't think I have it, but at any rate, on the Bowie TV YouTube, and you will see a lot of this as the off season kind of continues. We have content, Bowie TV, on our YouTube of 19. It might be more than that, actually.
You got 19, a lot.
It's a lot. 19 Commanders. Okay, either end of season interview, formal interview, or one-on-one that I did. And so what I don't know, I have to read this.
Oh, George, I'll read for you. So the heck with the game. What are the players cleaning out their lockers saying? Which people are getting the heck out of
Oh,
here?
so yeah, I don't. And then it becomes so. Make sure
George,
you,
shout out to George. Shout out to
yeah,
George.
make sure you. I mean, we could start from the end of the game because I think there was still some tidbits there that are useful. And I want to probably, and it's always, I use your clues all the time. And I spent some time last week using my clues from games starting back to Green Bay, quite frankly, because there were things that I remembered and recalled. I went back in my notes. So this will be a process. We will continue, I believe, right? Well, we're going to continue to do shows.
Yeah, of course.
Playoffs are coming up, but this doesn't stop. This will be a lot to discuss. I said, dang, I got spoiled already. It was one good season. And I was like, oh, I don't care what they do. I don't care what they do. I distinctly remember last year at Combine, I was working. I promise you all I did my job, right? But all of those player availabilities and media availabilities, I was like, please, I'm not going to none of that. I'm sleeping in and I'll go find people I know later. And you're welcome.
They appreciate you
all for watching. Thank you for this compliment. I know that this has been a rough season to watch. Yes, if you have tuned on to Bowie TV, if you've been following me on X, I'm at CWall SE. If you are subscribed to the Bowie TV YouTube channel, I'm telling you, 19 Commanders. It's all featured from end of season interviews to one-on-ones with myself, talking about a variety of things. We play a game here, and we'll go ahead and play it because I played it with the players today. And it's what's your one word? And I said, what's your one word to describe how you're feeling at the end of the season? What this day feels like, all the things. So I'll go ahead and play that with you all. And like I said, there's so many. Make sure you look at the videos, you look at the shorts, in the end of season interviews as well. So what are you all's one words? Like I played this with the players. And I think George already said, Quan Martin, his was rough.
Yeah.
And so chatted with him on camera, on record, one-on-one. And so I don't know if anybody else has any one words.
One word. I'll give you my one word real quick. I mean, for the season, the totality of the season.
I how they felt today. How they felt was over.
Disappointing.
Yep. Okay. Disappointing. Yep. Okay. I don't know if anybody else has any one words, but go on. We're gonna play some of the player interviews this evening.
Oh, George got laughable.
Okay.
No, Paul fooled. George is laughable. Santiago's disappointed.
Yep.
Scott frustrated. George also abysmal.
Yeah.
George, that's 2 words, man. You only got one, man.
Right.
Frustrating.
The fan base, and of course, the players gonna have a different perspective.
You got a lot now coming, so you should
blown, setback.
NASDAQ has blown, yeah.
It's gonna be different for them if you they have different perspectives, of course. I think one of them may have used the word I had. But I won't tell you what that was unless we get to their interview, because it's a lot. We have a ton of content, so make sure you all are locked in on that. Let's just go ahead and get into some clips and some conversations, because those always kind of lead into more conversations. Yes, I was at Adam Peters and Dan Quinn's press conference tonight. We're not going to dive. Well, I mean, if you have questions, I will, of course, answer them, but I'm not doing necessarily a use your clues on that.
Yeah, gotcha.
Because this is going to be, this is a process. I took my off season last year seriously in that I seriously did nothing because I was like, whatever they do, whoever they draft, I don't care. Like whatever you like to do is fine with me. So I just, but now everybody's got to work really hard. But nobody's working as hard as they are because they have a lot of work to do. So, with that being said, I'm just going to probably jump into some of these clips from last night. I don't even know what order they are in. So, let me start with Josh Johnson from after the game yesterday. There was not a microphone in the room, you all. So sometimes I see comments and they're like, oh, the audio sucks. And it does. And every time, sometimes the room is just not set up, even when we go to other stadiums. So if you hear or ever see anyone complaining about audio issues, you use your trusted insider here, Candi Waller from Bowie TV, to tell you that oftentimes when we are at other stadiums, other spaces, things happen and or the room is not audio equipped and they don't have a microphone. So that was one of these instances where there was not a microphone. I asked Josh Johnson about the quarterback room. As we all know this season, who would have thought it that they went through 3 quarterbacks this season? So I asked Josh just about, the room, and you've probably heard me ask this question a few times throughout the season because it's so interesting. And once you get down to the 3rd string quarterback, really having to game plan, it's a thing. So I asked him about it after last night's game, which was a win. And I still feel like that was an important point because, hey, listen, I'm going to do my part in making sure people feel motivated. Not that they needed me to motivate them, but I definitely, one of the legends for sure told me before the game, they were like, you sure are excited. You sure are loud out here. Because I was like, I'm just talking. And I feel like the energy needs to be right because how else are we going to make it through the day? Anyway, so anyway, you got to, turn your lemons into lemonade. Why don't we? So, and it was still the Eagles. So it should mean something, right?
I don't know.
I was totally mad. I was like, oh, whatever. When I realized it was a thing, they were very upset in that building.
I mean, the fans were. I mean, they're Philly fans though. They're weird though. They're weird though.
But my fellow media colleagues in Philadelphia were upset.
Why they lost?
When I knew. I said,
they mad they lost?
Yeah, like maybe I should twirl around in my chair a little bit more. Maybe I should really do it. Make myself spin around.
They played the backup quarterback. I don't even know. They played the backup quarterback.
But here's what I'll tell you. Absolutely 1000%. They were like, okay, because they can beat the Commanders. They were very upset.
They were sitting. They saw once I saw that they benched
they were
Smith after he got his bag. I was like, this is like, it is what it is. But I'm glad it is what it is. I don't know. I mean, they should be mad at the coach for not playing players. That's how I look. I don't think that's
they cared about the seeding, and because he really thought. I mean, let's just be honest. He really thought they could beat him, and I mean, he did. He almost did. I mean, it wasn't like. It wasn't like his thought was far fetched.
Yeah, they'll be all right. Exactly, they'll be all right. They ain't
right. But once, hey, you got to read the room. And once I read the room, and I said, oh well, if everybody else is upset, that must be my sign to smile.
Yeah, Philly mad at they do be mad after wins too. They're a funny fan base. They're just a fickle fan base.
The reporters,
the reporters. They all the same.
They really got into this, which I get because I have colleagues over there, and we were talking, and they were definitely like. They need to play Green Bay.
That's a fact. No. I think that's a fact. I just look at it. I don't look at it.
I was trying to help them out. I was like, hey, well, the 49ers got to fly. And if Trent's not playing, you still got a chance.
They right. Because it's way easier to play against Green Bay, who they're banged up, than playing the Niners. So I mean, they just be mad at their coach. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, obviously, they didn't care. Like, he didn't care about it enough. Like, that's how I look at it, coach. Because if you're dealing with your season, and it's for them. I'm talking about the Eagles. Like, you saw it in other places when they wanted seeding, they played their starters.
Oh yeah, so people were still playing yesterday.
Yeah,
that's why I'm like, it's people in the playoffs this coming weekend that are playing their behinds off trying to win their game.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if ego got in the way. When I say ego, it was like, hey, my backups can beat your starters. Don't even worry about it. I got it.
He could be petty too. He could be petty too and be like, you know what? If y'all get a better draft pick, y'all could be better next year. I don't need y'all getting a better draft pick, so I'll let y'all beat us.
I mean, I'm like, they did this NFC Championship game. There's no cheering in the press box.
Oh,
they're cheering, and I was like,
"Oh, they were cheering." Dang, they wild, man. They were cheering for real. It's just trash.
What are they gonna do? Be mad? I told it.
Yeah.
I was just like, you're not supposed to be. Is it me?
So that I am from Good Times. Like Penny. Angry. Good sell you wild, boy.
Oh, at any rate, I know I went on a tangent there.
No, you good. I good.
We decided to take you into
the press box.
The space. It takes you in the press box. You can feel what I was feeling. I'm like, well, if they're upset, then I should be happy.
I mean, that way, yeah.
Opposite.
Yeah, I feel you. On that regard, yeah.
And because it was at this point, we're all delirious, I did get triple dog dared after the game to yell dubs in the chat in the hallway. And I'm not saying I did it.
Okay.
And I'm also not saying that I didn't do it.
Gotcha.
But what I am saying is I got triple dog dared to be like, yell dubs in the chat. I bet you won't yell dubs in the chat out here in this hallway. How much we betting? And that's how the conversation went.
And that's how it happened. That's how the conversation went.
That's how the
conversation we don't know what happened.
Nobody knows what happened.
Got you.
But that's the kind of time you just end up being in when you end up being in Lincoln Financial Field. And surprisingly, the Commanders end up beating them. It was all a shock. But anyway, here's the question I asked. We got to have a little bit of fun, y'all. We got to smile a little bit because this has been crazy. This has been
you got to smile though. We do have to have a good time. That's the
truth. You have to. You have to. You really do have to laugh to keep from crying, for real.
Yeah.
So here's what I asked Josh Johnson. Check out this clip. Hey, Josh, isn't a lot of movement at the quarterback position. So can you just share, like, in terms of the brotherhood, what's the camaraderie that you all have built in that position really specifically so that you're able to come in and do your job perfect?
It's a great support system, man. Like, everyone supports each other. Everyone has each other's back. Everyone shows love. Like, and it was there the day I walked in here. I noticed it with Sam, with Jay, with Marcus, and then when Jeff came back, the bond was there. So for me, it was just really just coming in and being myself and just being an asset to the room in any way possible. And the guys, when they were in there, it was my job to support them in the best way I could, and they was always open, which is huge because I've been around some places where guys might not be as open to you, and everybody was open. And then when I got the opportunity to play, Marcus supported me in every which way possible. Jay supported me with every which way possible. Jeff got here, Sam, same wing, Cliff, BJ, like. It's a great room for quarterback development here, and I think you can see that when different guys go in there and learn how to manage the ship.
I thought that was an important point. Okay? I really, really do. And I've brought this up. I've asked the question throughout the season. I just hadn't gotten a chance to ask it to Josh. And didn't think I would have gotten the chance, not the chance per se, but just it's a thing when you're the third string and you actually have to play and start. And like I've been sharing with people, hey, listen, these are job interviews. And the point of just the bringing up of it's not like that everywhere. I think it's an important point.
Yeah, Steven has a question for you about that. He says, we know Marcus might leave in free agency, which is possible. Let's bring Josh back as a backup. You think that his last couple games have done him have kind of upped his stock for Washington to maybe have him as the backup?
It could. I mean, Christmas Day was a short week, but we talked about here on this show that he was efficient. He still played all right.
Yeah, he played good. No, that game he played good. He played good at Christmas Day. I thought he was, but he played better than I thought he would. So I'm not, yeah.
Right. And so, and I didn't really understand why Jeff Driscoll wasn't here earlier in the season, but since he's back, it's kind of like, now you can kind of see what you have if Marcus does leave. I know nobody wants him to, but that that's totally his prerogative if he gets that opportunity, of course, or whatever he decides to do. But I just think that, and I've seen it. I watched them. That is one of the position groups that I absolutely watch and pay attention to. And so it's one of those things where at least you still have that. You know what I mean? I don't know how old Jeff Driscoll is.
He's not. I don't think he's like. I want to say maybe like if he 30, if that. That's what I want to say.
I don't even know. Yeah. And so and this came up a lot today. What George has about the brotherhood, with the 5-12 record. And while everybody understands this can't happen again, here's what I know about the strength of any relationship. If you only got a brotherhood when you winning, you don't have one.
Yeah. He's 32. He is old. All right. Sorry. Yeah, you're right about that.
I don't think, it's
why keep calling 32? Why keep calling 32 old? No, let me go back. For a quarterback in the NFL, in the NFL, nowadays, that's like called old, but it's not. He's not old. I'm gonna take that back. I'm about to stop calling folks old.
But then Josh is how old? Then?
How old is Josh? He 39. Is that he really 39 for real? Did I read that correctly? He can't be 39 for real.
He's been in the league for a very long time.
He's 39 for real. I thought I read that, and I thought I was kind of like geeking.
Right.
Josh, is he 39 for real? For real?
Right. Yeah.
He can't be 39.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yo, he is. Whoa. He's 39. Wow.
Yeah, that's like.
Dang, he's 39 for real. Jeez, man. Dang, that's wild.
So, it's if brotherhood is only valid when you're winning.
It's crazy. He may be 40 in May.
That's why
he's not gonna. Hey, he ain't gonna be the backup. Nah, he ain't gonna be the backup. I'll answer that for y'all. He won't be the backup.
He did all right. It was okay.
Yeah, he be a third string. He cool. Nah, I like Josh. I've always liked Josh. For anybody who knows, I like Josh coming out of college. I like him coming out of college.
So one of the things that, and I think it's so hard for the fan base to understand that we've been in the building when it was bad, when when it looked like this, and nobody's talking and nobody's anything, nobody's talking to us, nobody's talking to each other, nobody's even, you know what I mean? And it's not like a laugh joke situation. Let me be so super clear on that.
Yeah.
It's just a professional environment where you're treated like a human and not a wall or anything of that sort. And it's like, hey, listen, and anybody will tell you, you need culture. You need culture. And the fact that it stuck, because that was what I was worried about. I was worried. I said, now, if the culture sticks, they got a chance to get out of this for the future. If the culture doesn't stick, you right back where you were before. You had to gut it. Culture stuck. But I do believe that there's you got people that helps the culture to stick. You gotta help it. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, Wole, if me and you just start beefing and we just gonna stop doing the show. No.
Yeah. No, that's just facts. No, we're not gonna stop. No.
Yeah, we're not gonna stop doing the show. We're gonna work through our issues.
Of course.
Even if it look ugly. We're gonna work through our issue. We're gonna figure this out because we understand we can do better. We gotta do better. But we gotta understand that we gotta do better.
Yeah. I do want to ask. Yeah, go ahead. Go. Okay, no, go ahead, Candi.
No. I want you to ask the question because we got to talk about this for a long time, and I'm going to be big now on who they bring up in here because I'm gonna tell you, talent ain't gonna be enough around here. Not if something go down.
Yeah,
I get you. Need talent, but it's definitely not gonna be enough if you.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I do want to ask this question because I'm trying to remember because I do remember. Like I'm trying to be like not like trying to compare it because about culture and change and whatnot. I will say this, like, because everybody was getting used to get. I'm not saying it's the same thing because I've not been in the building and haven't even been. I wasn't even in the building for Ron Rivera, but I'm going to use Ron Rivera's first year when he came in. A lot of people were talking like, "Oh, this is a culture change compared to prior years when he was there, right? Prior to years before him, right? It was compared to like a Jay Gruden and whatnot. I was around for Jay Gruden, so that was a different culture.
I can tell you what he meant by that.
Yeah, but all right, go for it.
The culture change from my perspective, what he was saying was more from a diversity and inclusion perspective.
Got you. Okay,
you know what I'm saying? You'll see. It won't be a predominantly.
Got you.
White male environment anymore.
Got you. No, I understand. No, I got it. That makes a lot of sense.
That is a piece of your culture.
Yes.
But character is as well. Mm-hmm. Talent is as well. Knowledge is as well. You know, that's what he meant by.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out how that compares because, like, the first year, everybody outside was talking about how, you know, like some of them. I'm talking about some of these other outlets. We're talking about, like, it's so much better. The culture is better. You can tell what grown-ups are in the room, which is, let me stop talking now. Mm-hmm. Hey, Mama Waller, how you doing?
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mama Waller. So, like, what I was saying was like, and then, you know, after 1 year, you know, for Rivera, like, because I wasn't a big, you know, Rivera started weighing on me too. But after 1 year, and then, you know, that year with the debacle of like not knowing you were eliminated from the playoffs and whatever, and everything went left. You know what I'm saying?
So exactly what George just asked about talent not being enough. Wole just answered that question, right? Where it becomes the adults in the room.
Mm-hmm. Coaching, some of the coaches that we're gonna have to see come take over. Well, that was like you'll get to it.
You might be talented, but if you can't effectively communicate,
it won't work. Your talent will be wasted.
Or if you get, or if somebody's mad and you get ticked off and you rah in somebody's face, that's not how this gonna work. Mm-hmm. You can't do that.
You'll get to it too. You'll get to the presser too. I had a lot. By looking at his presser today,
a lot in there.
There's a lot in his presser that I think is kind of relates to what you're talking about right now.
Right. Mm-hmm. Oh, the culture is supreme. Like, I don't think people understand what culture is. Like, I just gave a beautiful example. If Wole and I start beefing, we care enough about getting this right that we're not just going to beef and quit. Yeah. Or I'm not going to be like, Wole, you suck.
Yeah, I do suck at times.
Candi, you talk too much. Or there's a way you have to effectively commit. There's a way to resolve conflict.
Yeah. And we got clips though. Don't worry about this.
You know what I mean? And so I'm trying to help people understand what culture is and what it is not. And it's like, even for the people who are in the space, like, these dudes could check out. You know?
I like this comment. I'm sorry, I just like this comment so much. We need 90s Anacostia Park players on the team with an edge.
What? And then what? Listen, do you?
Hey, I kind of everybody know who I am. I like players like that, so I'm all.
Yeah, they don't. It's
I like players like that.
Way, right? And it's. But I feel like they do though.
I mean.
But that was the part that when they were, and I don't mind taking the time because I think
go for it.
That it is so important. Like, seriously, if when I say talent isn't enough, it's just, and tell Cannon I said hi. It's egos gotta go.
Yeah.
If you want to fix something, egos got to go. I mean, are there any? I mean, hey, you're essentially in a marriage. I don't know how many people are in a relationship or married or whatever, but if you want something to work, you got to give up a sacrifice. You got to let your ego down a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And when everybody stinks, you can't have an ego.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like, and there's so much that went wrong this year. It's not just one thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't be like, oh, it's all Cliff fault. Oh, it's all Adam fault. It's all DQ fault. It's all Joe Witt fault. Well, this one missed tackles. This one fumble. This one. It's just a game of pointing fingers all day. Hey, listen, a lot went wrong. Are you humble enough as well as smart enough to fix it? Can people do, you know what I mean? Like, can you do that? Because everybody don't want to know that their crap stinks, although it does.
All right, Scott, what we won't do here is get any Michigan slander. That's all. That's all I want to say as a Michigan fan. We will not do any Michigan slander on this show.
He doesn't like Michigan slander. I don't slander Michigan.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
But one way to show growth is that he displayed that comment.
I will display.
Just stand and block you. Let me stop.
Yeah, exactly. I will not. That's one thing I will not do. I will showcase your comment.
Right.
We will not do Michigan slander.
Right.
We have a new coach, Utah guy. Now he's the head coach of Michigan. Also, our kicker Moody made a 56-yard kick. You know what school he went to?
A 24-yarder.
I mean, but he made the 56-yard kick. He went to Michigan. That's all I want to add there.
It's you gotta be able. When I say use your clues, when I said now the culture thing, and Dan Quinn talked about that today. At least he said it. At least I know I think we got the culture thing right. Mm-hmm. And I shook my head and I said, mm-hmm. Because if I felt like that part was off, I'd be like, gut it. You're not gonna last like this. You got that part right, but you do have to figure out, you know what I'm saying, some other things. And it's gonna be interesting how they figure that out. But again, a Josh Johnson is, I don't know how else to explain it. And I guess because fans are so upset about the record, they don't want to hear what is going right. And one thing that you are going to get out of my coverage is I'm going to stress what is going right. Right? I'm going to stress that because there are things that are important for it to go right. And because I know what bad looks like inside, it's worth bringing up. And it's plenty of blame to go around. The whole data collection effort, it is just.
It's a lot of blame to go around. It's a lot of blame to go around.
And you can't just. It's not just one. It's not just two. It's not just three. It's really not just 4 or 5.
No, it's about almost everybody.
Right. And because that's just not how I do coverage.
No, that's cool. I mean, no. That's
just not how I do coverage. And so, I mean, we're going to talk about what didn't go well. Let me be clear. But I also have to tell you, like, hey, at least you got that. Because that's all you got. So it's all you had. So let me stop. Oh, man. Okay. Let's see. Let's get into some more clips. Again, write it in your notebook. I liked what Josh Johnson said, and that it's a good place for a quarterback to develop. I thought that was a very important point. Mm-hmm. Keep that in the back of your mind. But also, while you're doing that, keep in the back of your mind who develops the quarterback. Keep that in the back of your mind as well. Mm-hmm. Let's get into some Dan Quinn pressers from last night. And I don't even know what order this is in. Darrell, shout out to Darrell. He put all this in here. He's helping me out. Thank you, Darrell, for everything. So let's get into these clips.
You see Bobby get that 2,000 club.
I was like super proud. In fact, it was like a cool moment tonight, John, that I asked London to be in the locker room as well. So for only 3 players in the history of our game to have over 2,000 tackles with Ray and London and Wags now part of it, it's fitting. He's the best tackler I've coached. And so, like to have that happen, like you could see how important we were for that. I looked at the stat line at the half and I was not so, okay, let's blitz him. Let's get some more tackles. but in true Wags fashion, he will find a way. He's remarkable in so many ways. I showed the team yesterday, just got his MBA from Howard with a 4.0. Like, of course he did. Like, why would he get a B in anything? Like, that's be so un-Wags-like in so many ways. So I was really happy that London was there too, John, because these are two guys I said, man, like, don't stand too close. These guys will tackle you to the parking lot and the locker room. Like, it's what they do. But it's pretty rare to have those two guys together. And so that was important for me to have London. I asked him, please come down early so you could be here from the radio broadcast. And so to see those two guys together at different times, different eras, but very cool.
And so I didn't know what order this is in. Here's what I do want to ask, because many of you all follow the players in the team on socials, right?
Oh, do I don't really follow.
Like Instagram. You all comment in the chat if you all follow.
They probably do. I ain't gonna lie. I just started trying to follow
if
some.
You all follow them on Instagram, and if you all follow the stories.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I have consistently see this team do, whenever the team posts something,
mm-hmm.
every single team member reposts it. Literally.
Mm.
While that is small, or may appear small, it's a pretty big deal. It's a pretty big deal. And these are the things that when you talk culture or just team or whatever, that you should pay attention to. And that also lets you know whether there's any infighting or anything of that sort, because there's just not. And so, no, if you follow like any of the play, like any of they definitely post one another, or even like I'll even use Bill. When Bill gets Rookie of the Week, as he has done quite often this year, they all just celebrate one another. They do that for one another. And then once you say you just got over 2,000 tackles and you were getting while you were getting your NBA, you've been not missed an NFL game, and quietly was dealing with an injury because he was showing up on the injury report, but we wasn't going to talk about that, and still didn't miss a game, got a 4.0 in your NBA, and still somehow showed up for your teammates and your family and everybody else. It's pretty remarkable that there's a lot of examples of leadership in the room, including a Von Miller. Von Miller's name has come up quite a few times. And Von Miller has consistently been talking here in the last few months about wanting to
come back.
He makes it pretty clear that he wants to come back. And all the reasons why he wants to come back. And I'll be posted. I think I have one of the player interviews in there. I think it will be one that includes Von, because it wasn't supposed to include Von. And Von was like, "You gonna interview me too?" And I'm like, "Just come on in. Bring it in. I'm gonna go ahead and interview you too." And then folks started joining in. And so he has been saying that he wants to come back. He's not guaranteed to come back, because he's made that clear. Like, he wants to, and he hopes they would have him back. He says it all the time. And so I was watching a Shannon Sharpe. Has anybody seen Shannon Sharpe's interview with John Elway?
Oh no, I've been trying to. I want to. I missed. I mean, it's on my. It's on my.
Who just in general,
it's on my list.
People he's drafted or whatever the case may be, and he said that Von Miller was the most talented player.
Oh, by far, when he came out, he was one of the more talented players. Period. Right? Yeah.
And they were talking about all that, and I told Von that. I said, "Did you see this or whatever?" He said, "No, I didn't see it." He said, "Oh, that's what he said." We laughed and joked, but you could tell he was proud. Yes, Von is older, but I'll tell you what. This goes back to if you want examples for your younger guys, you want them to learn from future Hall of Famers.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This is the same people, the same person that everybody wants fired. Guess what? Your favorite Commanders don't want them to be fired. Dan Quinn, I'm talking about. Your favorite legends absolutely don't want him to be fired because he has embraced them. Years past, they would have never invited London Fletcher to be the one to give Bobby the game ball. They would never do that.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't have never invited Brian Mitchell to practice to work with the punt returners. And now you got a punt returner, right? Would have never done any of that. So there's a big piece of this bigger puzzle that you got to be like, keep pouring in and doing the positive things of what is working. Because as soon as you got something, listen, as soon as you get divorced, you're just going to find you another boo and they're going to get on your nerves too. So you got do what you got to do, okay? And make that work. Make that work. But let's be clear, there's a lot of stuff they got to work out.
He do like Uncle Woodrow. That's a good one. He does like I'm aging myself. I used to watch Sanford in front of Sanford and Son all the time. He do like Uncle Wood. You know? Hey, so you must be my age, man. You gotta be my age.
Yeah, I'm like, who? Stop. Y'all might be telling me yourselves your age.
You gotta be my age, bro.
And so
you gotta be my age for real.
I'm going to see what this next couple clips, and I got some Bobby Wagner clips too, but we can get to those in a bit because his name comes up often. Let me see what this next clip is with Coach Quinn, and then we'll probably get into some of the player interviews and just overall in general, because in terms of changes, I'm gonna also be clear with you all on this. While things are in flux in the league, in the coaching carousel, and all that, you kind of want to see where things fall. You kind of want to see where things land. Kind of want to see where people land. And you kind of just want to move strategically. And that's probably a smart way to move. Because this season has a lot of moving parts in general for many teams. And because there is so much wrong, a reactive move is probably not the best. Not without seeing where everything lands first. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Like let's just see where everybody ends up. Let's see where some people end up. Let's see what happens here.
My man Scott got a question. I like this question. He said, "Bow, I can answer this one. May not be about the discussion for tonight, but I'm sorry about how would you react to Gus Bradley as the next DC?" That's a good question. I'll say this. I mean, obviously, there are a few DCs out there that has a relationship to Dan Quinn. Gus Bradley be good because he coached in Seattle too, so I get that combination with Dan Quinn. You got Raheem Morris, who got fired, who coached with Dan Quinn in Atlanta. That's a connection. Obviously, everybody talks about Al Harris. So yeah, we'll see how that works out.
You see how it works out. I mean, that came up tonight. That came up tonight, and he was kind of like, "Look, there was people on this staff that I didn't know." And that's true.
But I wouldn't be mad at it though. Scott, I wouldn't be mad at that one.
Yeah, I think you gotta be smart.
Yeah,
I think you gotta be smart, but you gotta be strategic.
Yeah, I think he needs to go. I mean, he has to go with somebody he knows has done it before with him, like really has done it before, rather than taking a flyer. Or if you want to go outside and get somebody who's dominant at it. But if anything, like get somebody that you know. If anything, if you're scared to go outside, go to somebody that's outside of your system. If you don't want to, then get somebody that you know can do it. Not somebody that you're hoping, somebody that you know can follow what you want to put out there rather than somebody who's green at it. That's a difference. I think that's the thing. So if he wants to go with a Raheem Morris because Raheem has done it before under him, or if he wants to go with a Gus Bradley, those are guys that he knows can coach defense in terms of as a defensive coordinator.
Mike McDaniel, I see this question here. Mike McDaniel is slated to help them find their next general manager.
Mike McDaniels. Oh, for the Dolphins?
Absolutely.
Oh, he no. What they have? I think he kind of kept his job. He's keeping his job, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And so things are happening so fast that people don't even know, like where people are staying, where they're going, what they're doing.
Right now, he's gonna stay in Miami.
Yeah, he's supposed to be helping with the GM search. So, I mean, the season just ended yesterday.
Yeah, but today's. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Today is fire day. So, truth be told, you're gonna get. Like they respect you as a coach. Typically, you're getting fired. If you're a coach that because they give you time to find a new job, and secondly, so they can kind of get going with the search. So yeah, if you're truth be told, if you're gonna get fired, you've been fired today. That's how I look at it. You've been fired today.
Or you just gotta, people sometimes they do people a solid.
Yeah. Either way, you're like because it's better to fire somebody early than late. Put it that way. It's better.
Just see where people land.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Where you land,
another guy to bring back Kirko back to DC, who is in Seattle now. Yeah, that's a good one too.
I think it's a slew of possibilities.
Yeah,
it's a slew of possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think you would just have to, take a look at the schedule. That's how I'm always gonna be like, look at the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And who's had success in those spaces against those teams? That's what I would do. But I mean, I'm not making a decision.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's still. Let me also be clear.
Mm-hmm.
This is a hard decision. Like everybody, we just throwing names out there like it's easy. Oh no. Mm-mm.
I mean, I think I'll say this much. I think it's hard depending on what you want as a coach, because it was already discussed. I mean, again, like Adam and you're gonna play the pressure, I'm sure. But Adam said, like, this is Dan's decision. Like he said it's Dan's decision. He didn't say it's my decision, it's Dan's decision.
I think somebody said, or maybe Paul was like, what's the chain of command? Let me also use your clues. You all should really listen to press conferences. Because many of the questions that are asked here, other than like who should be the defensive coordinator or who should be they answer a lot of these. And Adam answered that question tonight. And he said he doesn't do anything. He has nothing to do with the coaching staff.
Yeah, he said that pretty much. Yes, he said
nothing to do with the coaching staff.
Thought that was interesting.
He said, I'm here for support. I'm here, that's Dan's decision.
Yeah, I mean, hey, yourself, I would love it. Everybody knows I love Greg Williams with a passion. He's my kind of guy, but he's not everybody's cup of tea. He's my cup of tea.
Right, exactly.
He gangster. Get Greg Williams gangster. He one of them. Like,
I think, this is just my, if you're just throwing in the dark strategic advice, it's not for me. It's not so much about names. But it's much more about strategy.
Yeah.
So what's the strategy that Seattle used? What did DeMeco Ryans consider?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They like Greg. They more like Greg. They like GW. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's the attitude.
Yes.
They got attitude. They coach with attitude.
You have to. My concern is
I do.
You take the Seattle and the Houston of the world, right? And you look at what is the strategy that they used to fill certain roles. And it almost always has to be built and based on the way that offenses are consistently evolving. So that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like the type of character and how smart are you in adapting to today and beyond. and I think that is very key. I think it's like, when we look at experience, one of the things that I'm finding when you look at experience, what ends up happening is you're so experienced and you're so smart that you only do what you do based on that time. And it's like, you got to use your experience, but also know I got to get somebody in here who's going to be ready to roll in game.
Mm-hmm.
And are going to be very proactive about how they plan. There are plenty. Here's what I would say to that, George. I really want people to do this research themselves because I think once you do the numbers of like over 30 starters, you might be surprised.
In Seattle, they got DeMarcus Lawrence, and that's probably it. They're pretty young. Seattle's pretty young. And defense, the defense star.
Right. That's what I'm saying. He talk about the team.
Oh.
Or is he talking about?
Oh, I don't know about their offense. I know their defense is really young.
Right.
I know even like the Texans defense is pretty young too.
Texas defense
is real young. It's about draft. There's a bunch of drafted guys. And Georgia's ain't just the defense. Just the defense.
And
the Texans and Seahawks they were built off the draft though. To be real with you, DeMarcus Lawrence it's probably the oldest player. I want to say DeMarcus Lawrence is the oldest player there, and he's been playing great football.
I would take a look.
Yeah,
I would take a look.
Yeah, DeMarcus Lawrence is like the only one I believe in Seattle because
I would take a look.
Because Kobe Bryant, they got Kobe Bryant, they got
It's like an easy. You could do it. It's on the It should be just on their
website.
Yeah, you should probably just go to ESPN or the team. You can go look up on the team roster or the depth chart on any of the.
Then I gotta do that. I gotta do the sort by age. I don't got time for that. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
That's what I'm saying. Like that information is out there.
I ain't gonna hold it. I don't be caring that much. I ain't gonna hold y'all.
But here's what I'll say. They still don't have nothing to do with scheme, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Who them? They gotta. But there's.
I mean, it helps. It helps, but if you're not picking the right people based on what you want your program to be,
I think it's a little for them though. I won't lie. I think with them because they have had some of the same players for a couple of years in terms of some of the other before Mike McDaniels got there. We gotta because they wasn't in the playoffs last year. Yeah, because he just took over. He won playoffs.
Exactly. This is year 2 for him. Yeah. So you saw, but we're familiar with Mike McDonald.
Thank you, McDonald.
You gotta take, you know what I mean? You gotta take with what you have. You know what I'm saying? And make it be something.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. Because you got some defensive coordinators and offensive coordinators in the league and plenty of young teams, and they sit at home like the Commanders. So it's a thing. And it's plenty of teams right now. There's one team that builds through the draft and they home and Bowie TV covers them. So it's you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like it's a lot of different numbers. And that's what I'm saying. The strategy behind this has to be on point.
Their average age on their squad, Seattle, is 25.8. They're young.
Okay.
They're super young. Their average age is 25.8. They're super young.
And so for this year, so we're talking about 2 teams.
Yeah, Baltimore's looked up. Yeah.
Right. So then we're talking about 2 teams that weren't in the playoffs last year.
Yeah. They got good coaching though. They got a good program, man.
Well, and you figure both of them weren't in the playoffs last year too, because they had issues where? At the quarterback position.
Facts. That's so true. And yeah, that's true. That's what it was. It's quarterback.
CJ Stroud did not have a good year last year. He was dealt with a lot of injuries, and Seattle.
They had Geno. Geno had a good year last year, though, didn't he? I think Geno had a good year last year.
Depends on who you ask.
Yeah, I thought Geno had a. They just weren't. They actually weren't great. They weren't as good as they were this year defensively than they were. Like their defense wasn't like this last year. It's their defense is way better this year than it was last year.
They had to make some changes. They made some changes. And that's why I was just like, they definitely made some changes, and it was staff.
Yeah, The staff is like definitely. They had the coordinator. No, they changed their staff. That's a fact.
They changed their staff.
They changed their staff. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
We got clips, Candi. Don't
So
worry.
we got a ton of clips. Let me see what the next one is. So y'all got a lot of homework to do. Y'all got a lot of off-season homework to do.
Yeah. They do. Yeah, they do.
There's a lot of off-season homework to do. Let me see. I only played one from Dan Quinn. Let me see what else. What else is on here from Dan Quinn? Let me see.
No way you could have obviously thought when you first saw Bobby that this would happen. But what?
Well, I put this down. For 18 weeks I've been up here, and I'm certain the word that I've said the most is finish. And sometimes we did, and other times we didn't. And it's really important to see that tonight, to see us finish like a super challenging season by the guys. Absolutely, I thought, just fighting their ass off. It's been tough. Lost a lot of players to injury, and some really just tough moments. And so for me to see them, it was just cool to see the players who were able to, to battle for one another. And that's what we said this would be about. I'm proud of the team tonight. They fought and they finished, and that's what I was looking for going into it. And this, like, the most difficult time. There'll be plenty of time for reflecting, and that's definitely going to happen soon. But I'm in no way in that space right now, and so let's save that conversation for later this week. Promise I'll give you all the time I can, but I'm not there tonight. But all that said, I'm glad to open up to questions regarding the game.
And they really didn't. He did some reflective stuff, and I think I see Paul said they made the playoffs last year.
The Texans did.
They had a first round exit. They
won. No, they won the first round.
They won that one.
Yeah, they beat the Chargers. They knocked them out in the first round.
2 years in a row.
Yeah, he's been in the playoffs back to back.
See, I didn't think that.
He won his first. He beat Jack.
Why were they trying to fire D'Amico Ryans last year?
They got D'Amico. I think D'Amico in the playoffs his first year. His rookie year with his second year. This is third year. D'Amico's been in the playoffs every year.
That's what I'm saying.
He's been in the playoffs every year.
Why were they trying to fire him last year?
They weren't trying to fire D'Amico last year.
Yes, they were.
No, not D'Amico.
Mm-hmm.
Not D'Amico. D'Amico got to the playoffs quick. When they try to fire D'Amico.
I don't know.
That's news.
I know CJ Stroud. Yeah, that might be news to you, but yeah.
D'Amico,
okay, right. Yeah. So they fired their OC. Okay.
Yeah,
so
not
that's
D'Amico.
What I'm saying. Like they fired because they were trying to fire him, and
they fired Bobby Slow. They fired Bobby Slow.
That was after year 1 or year 2.
That was after year 2. So Bobby, they fired slowly in the mid of the season because CJ was struggling. They fired him because CJ was struggling. But D'Amico always had his defense rocking. They were mad at the offensive coordinator, not D'Amico.
Yeah, they definitely. I was about to say they had some firings going on offense.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, the coordinator.
Okay, because I was about to say they had.
It wasn't D'Amico. It wasn't D'Amico.
No, I mean behind the scenes it was, but somebody had to do something, so that made sense. And so yeah, I'm like, they had issues down there.
Oh yeah. I know because CJ was beefing. CJ was beefing with the offensive coordinator. I know CJ was beefing with the offensive coordinator.
It was a lot of problems, and so that's why I'm like, and I love. Let me just tell you, Taj, give Taj a prize.
What Taj? Oh, Taj. What Taj for there?
This one, I just pulled it up there.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody got spoiled after a year. Taj, give Taj a medal, a gold medal. A gold medal.
Yo, Taj, my God. My God, Taj.
Oh my God.
Taj, I saw your petty stuff about Greg Williams too. I want to say this. Greg Williams is the most classy dude, period, because he went to an HBCU to help out at HBCU. That's how dope Greg Williams. It wasn't, and he didn't need to. He did that because he wanted to.
Yeah,
that's some real stuff too. I'm being real. He did that because he wanted to, not because he needed to.
Yeah,
he was cool.
Absolutely take a bow, Taj, because here's what's needed: a level of objectivity and take your heart out of it a little bit. Because I was also like, now let me be clear: year 3, you definitely can't do this again. But I'm like, was everybody watching the same games I was watching? Like, let me be clear: when Jaden got hurt, I do have a question for the group. When Jaden got hurt, did y'all think they still had a shot this season? Like, did anybody still think they had a shot at all?
I mean, I didn't think of. I mean, I didn't think they could play. Actually, truth be told, I thought they still had a shot. I thought they could win a couple games, but I thought James come back. I mean, James wasn't gonna miss all of this. What are you talking about in terms of James missed like 2 games?
When he got hurt, Green Bay.
Yeah, then he's gonna be out for 2 games, right?
Week 2. He got first time he got hurt was week 2.
Yeah,
he was out weeks 3 and 4.
They beat the Raiders, right, that week.
Right.
They lost to the Falcons.
Right.
And he came back after that, right?
They lost. He didn't play with the Raiders game.
They won that game, and they lost.
They lost Atlanta because remember I came on your game and I said they didn't bail him out of this one. I said he's not even in the state.
Yeah,
he came back. LA, Chicago. There were some mishaps.
Yeah, so when he came back,
so he was hurt. He was hurt.
No, so I'm asking you a question. I'm answering to answer your question.
Right.
When he missed the games because we didn't think he was going to be out for that long. So if you're talking about the first injury, I thought yes, because I thought Marcus can hold it down for like Marcus split. So I was cool with that. Right. After that, I'm thinking Jayden going to be Jayden. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I thought now if you're telling me if I knew Jay was going to only play like 6-7 games, yeah, I would say no, we're not making the playoffs. But if you're telling me like in that portion when he first got hurt,
right?
Yeah, I would have thought we would make the playoffs. I thought Marcus won the game against the Raiders, so I was like, all right, we stalled some time. The next game was the Falcons. We lost that joint, and then we played. It was
LA, and then it was Chicago. Then he got hurt in Dallas.
So after that, then you said after the Dallas game, then yeah, I'm being like, yeah, that could have been the season's over. But if you're telling me the first injury, yeah, I'm good. Marcus split. Jayden came back. Chargers game looking good.
So in week 7, when he got hurt again, then he had to be out.
Yeah.
He was only out Kansas City?
Yeah, huh?
He was out for Kansas City. I mean, he was there.
He's out in Kansas City. He out for, and he came back for
He came back when they played Seattle. Or did he get hurt in the Detroit game? It all runs together.
No, that was the Seattle game. What was it?
So,
yeah, Seattle game.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, Seattle game.
Well, I'm like,
I thought it was
every time he goes down, your probability for any success in the season should go down.
Agreed. I agree.
I mean, it should go away.
Yes, agreed. Came back, Seattle game, got hurt. Yeah.
Every time he goes out, you're like, nope, no shot.
Mm-hmm.
That's unfortunate to say, but it's true. It's how I feel.
Yeah.
And it didn't help that Terry was out. You know what I mean? Then you start, you start
that plays a part too. Your 2 best players on the offense are out. You know what I mean? But I just again like if you're telling me the first injury, yeah, I thought we were still going, especially like again, the Raiders game was impressive. Mariota almost beat Atlanta, and Mariota didn't play horrible, and then he didn't play bad for real, and then. Like Jayden come back to Chargers, okay, all is right with the world. Like we looking like okay, we about to turn up. Then that second injury, like okay, here we go again. Then it's like, all right, maybe then it is. But even that though, right? You talking about the games, those 2 games, we struggled. We played Chicago where he looked good. He just had those bad turnovers, right?
Yeah, bad turnovers.
And then the Dallas game, he didn't look good, and then we didn't look the same. Nope. So
he got hurt, and then he got
hurt. So I mean. I don't know. It is what it is to me. I don't look at it like. I look at it like it just wasn't right altogether.
It wasn't right. Well, I don't even
want to put it. I don't even want to put it on Jayden being hurt. It just didn't look good all together.
Listen. Well, you just said it.
Yeah, it looked good all together.
And everybody, it's like everybody wants it to be one person's fault. It's everybody. Listen, yeah. I'm glad the culture is intact. Splendid. Yeah. But to say that it was this was that. It was all bad. Yeah,
it just wasn't good, man. It just wasn't good. Because it wasn't like this is I've said this before. It wasn't 2024. You know what I mean? Like
you didn't have a healthy Jayden Daniels.
Well, that too, but even when he was there, like this is the point. Even when he was there, he wasn't like 2024 Jayden. Like the Giants game, he didn't look great. Like other than the first half, the initial, and then once they adjusted and took away him rolling out to one way, he didn't look like the same Jayden. The Packers game, he ain't look good. Micah was a beast. He ain't look good in that game. So it wasn't until like the Chargers game where he looked like Jaden, to be real, or somewhat close to like. No, he looked like Jaden.
We
The
brought
Chargers
it up.
game.
We talked about it. We
Yeah.
said, okay, week 5, I recognize this.
Yeah, that was it. So,
that was the only game.
Yeah, that was the only game. So and then you get to, and then like on the Bears game, he looked like Jaden, but then the turnovers weren't Jaden.
It was
The turnovers weren't the old Jaden. So it just wasn't like, it just wasn't like that type of year. I just thought in general, it wasn't it just wasn't good all around the board. And again, we talked about it too. Even when we did the preseason stuff, like this team didn't look great in that first game against the Patriots. We were sitting there watching it, and we had you on the show. We talked about, this don't look good. like this don't look good.
No.
Yeah, I agree, Phil. He just,
yeah.
He even when he was out there, he had good game. I don't want to. He had like the Chargers game. If you want to tell me the game, the Chargers game was the game. Like that was when I was like, that's 2024 Jade. That's the dude. That's the dude. But every other game after that, I would say the Chicago game too, to be real with you. But the only thing I'd subtract the Chicago game was the turnovers. Like those weren't
turnovers.
But the throws, the passes itself, they were Jaden passes, though. Don't get it twisted. I don't want everyone to say take that away from him. Like the passes were on. He was throwing dimes out there. Like
I think that fumble, him and Bill, that one was the detrimental.
Yeah, it was. It was. He threw an interception in the red zone. Which he doesn't typically do. Yeah, which he doesn't typically do. So it's like real talk. It's been a weird season. I ain't gonna lie.
It's been weird. And that's why I was like, nobody wants to just say, listen, you need culture from a business perspective, you need that. Fantastic, great, glad you got that. But to sit up here and anybody, and this is just to make it look like it all worked out, it was bad.
Yeah, Paul. It was the Chargers game when he played. Was the only game, the team as a whole. Okay, yeah. That was the best game as a whole.
And then, like everyone says, we always talk about time on task. If you're injured, you can't practice.
Yeah, that's true. That's a
you know what I mean? And so that's the point that's being made here. Exactly right. If you hurt, you're not practicing.
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting those reps, that time on task. Now, again, that doesn't mean it had to look as bad, and I was still gonna stay on A. But that's why this is going to be very difficult for them to figure out who they bring in here, because it's going to have to be an immediate change. It's going to have to be immediate. Like, you can't do this again. Like, this can't happen again. And I'm not going to be one of those analysts, media people, whatever, that's going to be like, oh, no, because that's not even practical. After the year that they had in 2024 and any other team, like you, that's like, I mean, you said it yesterday when you were like, Daniel Jones went out to Indianapolis and they didn't win another game. They sure didn't.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that? You know, we can talk about Minnesota, right? We can talk about what happened in Minnesota. Their quarterback, and they got a good defense. You know, they had decent defense.
Oh man, that defense ball, man. They defense ball.
Minnesota defense balls, but hey, your quarterback position was,
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's in flux.
And these things happen. And in terms of did they look ready during training camp? Remember, we talked in training camp, and I said it in preseason. I said, I sure hope nobody gets hurt.
I do want to, I just the second part of his question though, because I want you to compare the two
urgency in terms of what
2024 to 2025, like compare.
2024. Here was the I do think injuries impacted it, but injuries, I don't think that time on task was a real thing. When Cliff Kingsbury during training camp in 2025 came out there, when Terry was on pup and was like, I need my pieces. It's time when he had an attitude. Mm-hmm. I said, oh, I think I might have tweeted it. I said, he will be off the pup list by tomorrow. And he was. Because now, you know what I mean? Now, you mean such an urgency in 2024? In 2024,
he's trying to say compare, like, you look at 2024 to 2025, like, did they have the same urgency that they did in 2024, like in camp, in training camp?
Here's what I'm going to tell you. it was new. So they were just, doing their thing now in 2025 camp. I thought that they were improving, but I would be lying if I didn't say that I saw some things that were disturbing.
Yeah.
Because Terry wasn't there. He brings a different energy. That's just real.
But what about I'm gonna ask this question because obviously there was a issue defensively, right? In this season.
I'm gonna tell you
so
this.
was there any comparison?
We talked about this at the Burgundy and Gold scrimmage game where I said the starters on defense way leaps and bounds outperformed the starters on offense. It was a topic.
Okay.
And I said it then. Well, because remember the Burgundy and Gold scrimmage game was after the New England joint practice. And when I came back, and I think I did your show, I said they need Terry. They better somebody go get him. Somebody talk to him. Do something, somebody, please. Because that one position means something.
So how did yes.
And it didn't work. It didn't. Now that Burgundy and Gold scrimmage game was in response to what they saw in the preseason game. Get the energy back, do this, do that. Oh, that was a beautiful practice. It was fantastic. But it was a known thing that the defense, but why though? Because they know Jaden. They know his movements. They know how he moves. Right. Now, that doesn't mean that he didn't go back and watch the tape, because he absolutely did, like he always does. And he came back and he was ready. But that Burgundy and Gold scrimmage, they gave him
That's why I hate. I'm not gonna lie, folks. That's why I hate scrimmages against like each other, because it's hard to see if you're really getting better or you're just used to somebody, or it's either one side doesn't line up with the other. Like that's why I love to George's point, I love preseason games and I love scrimmages against other teams, because you get to now see how you really measure up against somebody else. Because I said this in the preseason in training camp for like the cornerbacks. I was like, and no knock on anybody, I'm not throwing any shade on anybody, but like it's easy for my cornerback to look good if I'm only going against Luke McCaffrey, Jalen Lane, and he's a rookie. We're talking about, and he's because they're young. Like those are the cornerbacks. Deep and Debo may be getting out because Debo's been a high level. He's played at a high level in the past, but it's easy for me to lock up somebody. I won't know how it is to go against, say, a CeeDee Lamb or go against a Justin Jefferson if I don't have a guy. And I'll use somebody who's comparable to Terry. Like just say even
you don't have nobody.
Well, you know what I mean? Like any type of receiver that you want to say in the top 10. There's no top 10 receiver that can ever get work in Washington and in practice to get me ready as a cornerback. Like Mikey isn't seeing Terry in camp, so it's not making Mikey better. It's not Trey Amos look good regardless, but you know what I mean? Like you're not getting those reps.
And remember, Noah was hurt.
Yeah.
He was hurt there too.
Yeah. So in my opinion,
training camp, you didn't have your 1 and your 2. You didn't. I mean, you had your 1 and your 2. Excuse me. Debo was out, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You didn't have your best receivers all out there. To your point of who they're going up against. Let me also use your clues. A very important point. Remember, the Ravens joint practice got canceled.
Yeah. And
both teams probably could have used it.
Yeah, Washington could have needed more though. I ain't gonna lie.
But you get what I'm saying? But both of them ain't in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like both of them, and everybody knows what the expectations were of that team.
That team. Yeah, definitely.
The same expectations were the Commanders as they were.
Yeah. With
that roster. Okay. They cancel it, rightfully so. I get it. I get it. And in the league, it was weird. It was like one person was playing on Sunday or Saturday, the other one was playing Monday night, and the joint practice was supposed to be on Thursday. It was weird. Then their game was on Saturday, and it didn't shake out. Okay, now that's something they probably want to talk to the league about and figuring all that out. But you don't know. You know what I mean? No. Because they were in position, but guess what, Paul? They lost. They lost, and they butts are staying at home like the Commanders.
Hey man, I feel bad for that kicker.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, there ain't nobody. You didn't make it.
I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but they are better off than they are like kind of better off. I know what you're saying. Though. They are better off.
Understand what I'm saying? Like
I know what you're saying. Like they either all that
the world, you either in the playoffs or
you out. No. But yeah,
nobody cares about the in between or the only we do that.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. You're out.
And how do you don't care about that? They like how much and can we all be clear about something about whose defense is better?
Who about Ravens and Washington? Yeah, right by far. I mean, Washington don't play no defense. Don't even matter.
And that defense had a hard time this season. In some
man,
a hard time.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was rough out there.
They are leaps and bounds. They are
talent-wise, they got more talent. They got more talent than Washington.
Way more. They're a dream team.
They got Kyle Hamilton. Oh, they got dogs on their team. Roquan Smith. They got dogs on their team. And
so you just got to consider all this. It's too. And I feel like everybody's trying to find one specific thing. Wole, you were the one who said it the best, probably 20, 30 minutes ago, and you've been saying it the whole time. It was all bad.
Yeah, it was all bad though. I mean,
it was all bad.
Yeah. I mean,
when you say it's all bad, and then you compare the teams that you know is better and have historically been better and been consistently better, like every year, you know them. It's like, okay, wait a minute. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Because sometimes some falls from grace are a bit excessive.
Yeah.
So this one was. Yeah. Let's be clear. Yeah, but the fact that it was all bad.
The only thing was good special teams. Special teams was good. That's the only thing that was good with special teams. Special teams was really good. I won't lie. Special teams was good. I do want to give, if I'm gonna be positive, Tressway, you had Jalen Lane, you had
Nick Valor.
Pro
bowlers. Pro bowlers were on special teams.
I mean, you had you had bad kicking situations with Gay and whatnot.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? But you kind of got a flip side of positive. Like Moody has been better than Gay, I guess you can say that.
He has been better.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
So I mean, but kicking was the only thing was the field goal kicking was an issue. Other than that, everything else was good. Coverage was good. Everything, the special teams was lit. You know, I won't even lie, it was lit.
Yeah, I think everybody. Taj made the comment earlier where it was like everybody forgot because Jaden was so like, Jaden. Everybody forgot like this wasn't all that good for the first go round, but that's why this offseason is going to be busy. Yes. Listen, let's see which ones of these.
Yeah, we got clips. I
got so many clips. Yeah, make sure you all subscribe to the Urban Sports Scene. Make sure you subscribe to Bowie TV. Like I said, coverage from Locker Room Cleanout Day from 19 Commanders.
Yeah.
It's a bunch. Let's see which one. I don't even know because I'm gonna see. I think I pulled out one from Javon Kinlaw. Well, maybe I talked about Vaughn earlier. So this one is about 4 minutes long. We're gonna still be on the screen, but check this out, watch it, and some of it is a bit feel good. You know what I mean? Like, hey, listen, at least there's not people that are like, get me out of here. And let me also tell you all this: you will be pleased to know that there's some pretty good free agents that want to come here.
Like you got Chris Paul in. You got a Chris Paul interview?
Yeah, like, absolutely.
He's like Chris. He wants that.
Yeah, I did it. I don't know if we pulled that one, but we're gonna do part 2.
Okay, we're gonna do part 2.
Part 3 is so many, but it is a Chris Paul interview. Because I believe in flowers. I believe in giving the Wole. You believe in flowers too.
Oh yeah, everybody knows that.
Hey, it was all bad, but there were some bright spots. There were some bright spots. But it was all bad. It was all bad. All right, let's get into this one. All right, let's see. This is how you learn together. Okay, so we play a game on our show called What's Your One Word? So what's your one word to describe how you're feeling today at the end of the season?
I said, come on, man. I got you. I say grateful.
Definitely, I would go with him. Grateful. I don't think it's a better word than that.
Okay, so Vaughn, you've been public about your opinion of this team. There's a lot of injuries this year, and Trent, you've been a part of this team last year and this year. So just share your perspective on not so much the season, but where's this team headed?
Hit it first.
I don't think the record is a clear indicator of the type of guys that we have on this team. Coaches as well. 15 years in the league, I've been around a lot of coaches, a lot of great players, and this team is full of them. Hit with a lot of adversity. This team battled through it. Was able to build some relationships that last a lifetime. And as I've gotten older, I've evolved in the ability to be able to see the beauty in everything. Even though we didn't, have the type of year that we wanted as far as wins and losses, like the type of brotherhood that we was able to build, going through hard stuff with great people, the type of bonds that we was able to create will last a lifetime for sure.
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head. These type of seasons show you what type of person you are. You look at this team. This wasn't a team that, laid down and gave in. It's a team that showed up every week, put in the preparation, came in and practiced hard, battled against each other every day to get better. So you take these seasons and you learn from them and you apply it, just like life, like anything. You're gonna go through some stuff, but it's how you respond. You got people like Jake Martin in the locker room who's just resilient.
I should have ate it.
But wait, look, with that being said, all three of y'all here, head coach Dan Quinn, coach that you talk about so often. What do you say about Dan Quinn?
Man, he's great. Like I said before about the group of guys that we got, the wins and losses is not a clear indicator on the type of man that he is. He's a great teacher, players coach for real. Whenever I came here, I learned real quick that the rumors about Dan Quinn are true. All the guys that I played with, that I have played with him before, I got here, said he was a great coach, excellent coach from the Seattle days, and getting here and seeing it firsthand, he's a great coach, man, an excellent coach. I love playing for Coach Quinn this year.
It just speaks to who he is. Like I said, he came in every week, was the same guy every week. He didn't come in and, every week he found a way to, motivate us to attack every week the same way. So he cares a lot about brotherhood. That's big with him, and I understand why. Like, he built this locker room, and it's a bunch of guys that went out there and laid on the line for each other every week. So,
hey, man, I think both these guys said it perfectly. DQ and even AP came in here every week. Never too high, never too low. Their mantras and ideology stayed the same. That they didn't change up. And they are who they say they are, man. It was a wonderful experience. They put together a great team, great organization, great support staff, man. Just tons of good people, man.
Man, and I ended with this, man. These my guys, man. This neighborhood, this block. 15 seasons. I've been in a lot of locker rooms, man.
How we doing?
Yeah, that's my other neighbor right there too.
Just across the street.
This block, this neighborhood that I had in year 15 is definitely one of the most special ones out of all the neighborhoods that I've been in. So I appreciate these guys, man. It's been an honor and a privilege, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Love, man.
We'll ignore all the complaints that T. Scott had because they were from Timmy. So.
The citations, man. We forget the citations.
I appreciate you guys.
Was that Trent Scott? Who was that?
It was Trent Scott. Trent Scott, Jacob Martin, and Nick Allegretti. This guy is also on Bowie TV. It'll be featured in our shows over the weekend.
I love it, man.
And
HBCU, baby.
And so, hey, look, and remember, I've come on the show. I've told you all plenty of times. I say there's people who want to come here. Of course, I don't prep these guys. I mean, I was coming over there to talk to Trent, and Vaughn was like, "You gonna talk to me too?" Sure. And then that's how they got over there. And then, as you saw, Jacob walked up. Nick Allegretti, Frankie actually walked by, which there is a one-on-one with Frankie and myself. I don't know if I pulled that one for tonight. But I do think for sure Vaughn shared what I told you all, which was this is what I'm hearing about Dan Quinn. And for him to just say it anyway, the rumors I heard about him are true. I'm like, listen, I don't play for the man. I'm covering him. I don't play for him, but that doesn't mean that I don't leverage my networks. I don't talk about them. But Wole, no, hey, I'm going to use my network. I'm going to leverage. Who is this person? Who is this? And then I will tell anybody any day of the week. Dan Quinn's first press conference as head coach, I was headed to Super Bowl in Las Vegas for Super Bowl week to cover Super Bowl week in Vegas. I didn't go. I didn't change my plans. I was like, I get with Dan Quinn when we get back. But while I was out there, I said, you know what? Let me see who I can. Let me go ahead and hit a few people up. Let me sit down with a few folks while I'm out here. See what I started learning about Dan Quinn. I did the same thing at Combine. I did this, you know what I mean, before owners meetings. I did the same thing at Combine. Let me, go over here. I do it now, right? And so for Von Miller, it's, and I think it was like yesterday, people were like, well, what do people like about Dan Quinn? What do people like? Listen, if the NFL players, former and active, whether they talk to one another or not, they're telling you something, the data's got to be consistent at some point. Now, there's certainly some things that need to change. Let me be clear. But you think Von Miller got time to lie to me? No. Mm-hmm. He's not even that type of cat, for real. So, and the way he is with that's real. That's genuine. And that's some of the stuff that just shows and comes out of just them stopping because they saw me talking to them in the interview, and here they go, and it's real. And I know a lot of people may be like, culture, what is that? If you know what I mean, it's that, what you just saw. A Hall of Famer, because that's absolutely where he's headed whenever he decides that he's done.
That's a fact.
Speaking on behalf of an organization that people used to hate. They got some things they need to fix, though. They for sure got some things they need to fix.
You got no play your clip.
I started something, so I don't know if we want to do another player interview, and I don't know if you all have questions about the player interview.
I'll hold it. I'll hold the questions off.
Okay, or just comments, because I think these are important points. Of, I remember when I used to be like, "Oh, if you don't want to support the team, I get it. Don't support it." But these folks are like, "We need another shot. We need another shot because this didn't turn out." Like this wasn't good. We need another shot. It's just not like before. But they like, look, by all means, get me out of this zoo. It's not like that. Let's see. Well, who else did I pick? Let's see. Perhaps, let's see. Now, this one may have a little some cursing in it. And are you all still locked in? This is a live Bowie television recording. I'm your host, CWall Waller. I'm here with the other host, but with the most. Wole and Candi. And we are just recapping the season, going through player interviews. It is a lot to cover and capture. The conversations are going to continue to go on and on and on and on all off season. Last year, I think I took a break, and this year I'm not going to because the team was 5-12 instead of 12-5. So
you got a lot to work on. You got a lot to work with. You got a lot.
I got to work. So yes, I think this one might be Javon. Some of it, I don't know what I'm gonna pull up. But Paul, I take it you like the Chris Paul interview. I take it you saw it. You like it.
I guess he likes it. Yeah,
that was a good one. So let's see. I think this is Javon. Let's see. Javon.
What's happening?
So, we do a segment on our show called What's Your One Word? So it's been a little difficult so far to get one word out of the season. But for you, what is your one word to describe how this season is going, how you're feeling today at the end of the season?
It's a great question. I think resiliency is the word for sure. We faced a lot of tough times, man. Been through a lot this year, but we never folded. Backs against the wall. Nobody pointed fingers in this locker room at each other. We all came together. Resiliency. That's my word for sure.
And so you come environment, and you've been around the league, you've been in the league for a minute. How does this environment kind of compare to what you've experienced, what you just know of the NFL?
I think this is the best environment I've been in. My 6 years in the league, this is my favorite environment for sure, man. Everybody, these guys, man, just everybody loves each other. Everybody's willing to come to work for each other, man, and that's what you want. That's how you win. And sometimes you go through things in the season that you can't control, but you can always control how you show up to work. You know, how you treat the man next to you, how you treat the media, you know, so you can control stuff like that.
And we've heard a lot about the culture. So what do you say about head coach Dan Quinn and what he's done to establish the culture here?
I think that Dan Quinn is probably my favorite head coach that I've been around. Why? Because he cares. He cares, man. I can't say it enough. He cares. And he's a guy that you could tell if you in a dark alley, he gonna swing for a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of coach you want to play for. It's the type of guy you love. But I think him, Adam Peters, they've done a great job of building this thing up, and it's going to continue to get better. You know, sometimes you go through trial and error. It's not always going to be perfect, but I think they're going to get it right though.
And so to that, Von Miller has been vocal about, hey, injuries this season, but this team will be back.
Right.
Those same
For sure. Shout out to my man Vaughn, #9 all-time sack leader, man. It's been awesome being able to play next to him and witness greatness, man. And some of that greatness definitely rubbed off on me, man. And shit, man, I just can't wait for the next year. Hopefully he's here. Hopefully he ain't too old to still lace him up again one more time. You know, shit. Shout out Vaughn, man. But yeah, I mean, shit. Vaughn is he's correct, and I feel the same way. We're gonna be back for sure, and we're gonna be back with a vengeance. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of teams disrespected us this year, kicked us while we was down, but that's all right. We're gonna get ours. We're gonna get our lick back.
And to that with Vaughn, who is one of the veterans, you're a veteran as well, but there's some
it's a difference.
Hall of Famers.
There's levels to this.
Yes, so talk about the levels.
I mean, shit, it's him and Wags, shit, 2 Hall of Famers, man. Zach Ertz, Hall of Famer. And you got, shit, Austin Eckler, another guy, shit, great career. We got a few more guys, too, but some of those guys like that, especially Vaughn and Bobby, shit. Man. Hell yeah, shout out Bobby, too, man. 2,000 tackles. Shout out Fletch, Leonard Fletcher, 2,000 tackles, man. Shit, it's a blessing. I've been around a lot of great players in my career, my young career, and the greatness has definitely rubbed off on me. Shit, man, it's been a blessing.
Well, thank you so much, Devon. You know, it's been a pleasure to cover you and get to know
appreciate
you. So here's to the off season and next season and beyond.
100%, for sure. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I don't know if I warned y'all that was some cursing in here, but that was Javon Kinlaw.
Oh man, that man went in. Jesus Christ. He from the city, or is he from PG
yes.
County? He from the city.
No, he's from the city.
He from Northeast?
I think from Northwest.
He from Northwest?
Mm-hmm. I should get that right. You might hit me for that, but Javon, where you from again? I'm sorry.
No, I was laughing there because he came on that thing like you can tell you. Like, shout out to him, man.
I mean,
it don't bother me. It don't bother me at all. No, it's just
right.
funny,
I mean, I hope our folks still locked in. Are people
still locked in? Folks are locked in
on the show.
We got more people.
Are you feeling about the
he uptown? Yeah, he
how
uptown.
How are we taking in the player interviews? Because it's a lot. It's a few, and I can try to get in. We have so many.
My man came in that thing like he around the way. You know what I'm saying? My man came that thing like he around the way. Yo.
I saw you laugh. I was like, well,
no, the first when he said like a mug, I was like, wait a minute. I knew when you said cursing, I was like, oh, maybe he said like some sugar honey iced tea or something like that. But nah, he said a lot of that. But I ain't know he would come this thing like
yeah. That's
man. That's hilarious, man. Yeah, I'm happy that like he's enjoying. I'm glad that he's kind of had a solid year compared to his other stints in the league, because a lot of folks were kind of down on him in terms of his like what they wanted him to be. I'm glad he's kind of found a place where he's able to kind of hopefully get better. You know what I'm saying? He's been he's been to me, he's been good. Like what I mean, he's been good. He's been solid. Like he's been a solid player. So hopefully he continues to improve and become a better player. But yeah, he's so funny. That was funny. I'm sorry. That was hilarious. Shout out to the DMV, man. Oh man.
And everybody that I've talked to, everybody that I didn't talk to, and I'm sharing
curse all in that. I know we got blessed and cursed all at once.
Yes, yeah. I mean, listen, these guys know. I mean, and you gotta, it helps. But even, and I don't even know. I'm gonna see if it pulls out, but yeah, don't talk about friend and these people. But I mean, but you can hear it, right? He just with it. I figured you all would have fun with that one.
Yeah, it was good. That was a good one. I like that one. But I like how but it's good though. He appreciates. That's one thing. Like it sticks to your theme though. Like he talks. I mean, Dan Quinn. He's all about Dan Quinn. There is. Like that's why I don't debate it. Like I do think he's likable by others. I don't think that's a bad. Like I don't think he's lost. I don't use the term lost locker room when I talk about Dan Quinn. Personally, I don't. But I do think there's, in terms of all fairness, though, there is something about production. Like you know what I mean. Like the production, the element of like that. So people are always gonna be looking at the production of this year, not last year, but of this year. And they're gonna have issues with what happened this year. But I don't look at it like players don't play hard for them. I don't debate that. That's not a thing to me. That's not an argument to me. But I do think that there's something that Dan Quinn will have to improve on. And he said that in the presser though. That's why I don't.
Absolutely.
He held himself accountable in the presser, and so did Adam Peters, which I did like. I thought that both of them held themselves accountable. That was that presser was interesting to me because I felt like both parties. Because it's easy to say like we're just going to go and try to build upon this. We had injuries and just fall on that. They accepted it wasn't just injuries. They accepted that they both could have did better in their element of jobs. So like I thought, they pretty much stood up in the podium and was like, yeah, we need to improve on this. Period.
Absolutely. And Wole, thank you so much for saying that because you like I said, you said it spot on. It was all bad, and they absolutely took accountability.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like, all right, everybody, what else do you want them to do? The season is over.
Yeah,
you want to see improvement, but they're not. I mean, nobody's gonna be starting. No, I mean these guys, and some of these guys, they stayed around to even talk to us. Like, let me be clear. Everybody that I talked to today, just so you all know, like even Vaughn coming over there and doing any of that, they had already done their scrums. Mm-hmm. But because you build relationships, I'm like, I'm gonna talk to them. I mean, even though we had done scrums, I tried to catch who I could, but some of them were like, Candi, I got you, and that's just a testament to what, I mean, like Javon said, how they treat one another, how we treat the media, how you treat, it's got to be a two-way street, and we definitely didn't always get that level of respect in there.
Yeah, no, definitely. You could tell, like you guys get just like for Bobby Wagner, for Von Miller, that's just like you said, a Hall of Fame player, a guy who's won Super Bowl, who's won Super Bowls, who's played at the highest level, and just to sit there and say, yeah, these are my, and when I'm saying this, these are my guys. We're talking about. I'm gonna shout him out. Trent Scott is a dude that's been an undrafted player, HBCU dude.
Yep.
And it's not like he was a highly touted person. Period. You got Martin, who's been a journeyman. Allegretti, and say these are my guys, and one of the toughest. Like one of this brotherhood is real. Like these are probably my favorite block. And he said that, and he's played in locker rooms where there were some fantastic players, bro. Like some fantastic players. And he played in the same locker room with the Peyton Manning and folks like that. He's played in a locker room where he played with guys in the Rams, like with Aaron Donald. But he said this is like the favorite section. This block is one of my favorite, blocks. Period. I thought, and he played with DeMarcus Ware of all people, like players like that. Yeah, man. You got it. It does say a lot about that locker room and the culture. It does say a lot about that, though.
And that's why I'm like, clearly people don't believe me. Believe a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, it just
believe a person that actually does this. You know what I mean? Because I'm there, yes, but I'm not practicing. Like I'm not playing. Like I'm not, you know what I mean? If you don't believe me, and that's the relationship I want to build. And I'm not prompting them to say anything. They see I'm about to interview their man, they're like, oh, Candi.
Oh yeah, they're not definitely not prompted. They're doing them. They're not worried about
they're
nothing.
doing them. They know, and they know I'm going to operate with integrity. If it was ever something that I didn't want to do, I'd be like, okay, y'all.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way we would roll. But that's not even
players don't like just players don't they don't act that way. That's just what it is. Like players, they're gonna speak to you, because they want to speak to you, and they're gonna give you that type of access because they like you, and they're not gonna fake. They're not going to give you something because you asked for them. They're going to give you what they got. That's just what players are.
Exactly. So let's see what else came up, because there's so many. There's definitely so many. I think did we end up getting? I think we end up pulling. Let's see if this is the Chris Paul. I think this one is the Chris Paul. They were able to pull that one since Paul liked that one. Let's see. Let's pull the Chris Paul interview. Here with Chris Paul, offensive lineman for the Washington Commanders. We do a segment on our show called "What's Your One Word?" Okay. So far this has been kind of hard. Yes. Finding one word. Yeah. But what's your one word to describe how you're feeling at the end of the season?
I would say gratitude. Okay. I think the season was. We had a lot of ups and downs as a team. And personally, I'm just grateful to be a part of this brotherhood and grateful to have even gone on this journey with this team. And I'm just grateful.
And you've been here for a bit now, right? And been able to be a core part of this offensive line, everything. So can you just share, what have you learned over this time period about yourself and just about this team?
Yeah, I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned about that I have a lot of resilience, perseverance, mentally tough, and just a real gel guy in the room. And I've learned a lot about the team as well. I've got to experience this team under two different regimes, if you will, and it's been a blessing, and I've just learned to just take bits and pieces from everybody that I get to interact with along my journey, and it makes me just a more holistic player in person.
And so from this regime, can you talk a bit about head coach Dan Quinn and what he brings in just establishing the culture here?
Absolutely. He brings just a culture of energy and resilience and toughness and just an environment of just confidence. And I think staff, players, everyone throughout the building definitely sees that, feels that, hears that in every message that he delivers. And I'm just really honored to have him as a head coach.
And you all, as an offensive line, you had some movement on the line, and you had to go through 3 quarterbacks this season. How did you all just continue that continuity across the offense?
We have very, 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 very talented quarterbacks on our team. And so each of them brings a little bit different things to the table. And so we've just kind of learned to just gel with each and every one of them. And that comes with practice. That starts all the way from OTAs onward.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
So from Chris Paul, offensive lineman, right guard, was able to jump right in this season. It was great. I see folks talking about Chris Paul, and it was one of those things where it was kind of like, he was getting overlooked even, right? And they consistently talked about competition, and he earned his spot and he didn't give it back.
Yeah, he's shout out to Chris Paul. He's a Niger boy. He's a Nigerian boy. So I'm always gonna rep that first. What I do like, he definitely persevered. I agree with everybody in the chat talking about most improved. Some people saying the MVP. He was really good at guard, man. I think he can be a Pro Bowl guard. I think someone said that to it in the chat. Eventually he could be a Pro Bowl guard. He played at such a high level. He took that position, you know what I mean? Like, he was so good at it. He showed, and you guys seen him in camp. And we gotta look at it a little bit in preseason, but he was really good in his opportunities in preseason. that we got to see. So I can see why they decided to say we're going to go this route and have him as a starting. I mean, have him as the starting guard, because to me, he fit the part in preseason. So I wasn't surprised that he got that opportunity in the regular season. It's going to be an interesting situation. He's a free agent, and hopefully they do right by him and give him that money, because we'll pay him so he can stay here, because this is a homegrown dude. This is a dude who's persevered. He's worked hard. He grinded to get to this position. Those are the type of people you do want to reward, though. Like, there are guys that you kind of give the money to because they've been this person or that, the other. But this dude showed growth throughout the process through two different regimes, and became the starting guard and played at a high level. He deserves the opportunity, in my opinion.
Yep. Yeah.
Good night,
that was
Mama.
dope.
Thank you.
That was dope.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was oh, my mom gone. Yep, she's like, all right, good night. Okay, while we have some more player clips kind of loading, because it's so many. I think this one might be Frankie. I don't know which one this is. Let's see.
Oh, man.
If you in like thanks for your try to joke about the camera. It's like, no, but Frankie, we do a segment on our show called What's Your One Word? And so what's your one word for how you're feeling now that the season is over?
Man, I feel like emotions, you know what I mean? One word, just emotions and high lows. It's tough, you know what I mean? This business it's a cutthroat business, and it's never goodbye. It's like we're gonna link up again wherever this football adventure take us. We'll link up, but I don't like this day, but you know what I mean? It's gonna be a lot of new faces, a lot of old faces, but you know what I mean? Right now, I'm just trying to be present and be where my feet at right now.
So to that point, this day, because I've always kind of, in my observation, roster cut down day and locker room clean out day are very difficult.
Yeah.
So can you just talk a little bit about that? I don't think people really understand how hard this day is.
Yeah, it's difficult. Some guys, they might not see another day. Like, some guys, this might be their last time playing football. And that's the guys I'm thinking about, you know what I mean? Having the opportunity not to put the helmet on again, and also just the relationship we built. I feel like for the most part, this game has brought so many, avenues and qualities of us building a team and a brotherhood that we did, and I think that's the hardest part, is to, having us separate, you know what I mean? And hopefully we get everybody back in here, but that's for the most part, yeah.
So we always hear you all talk a lot about the brotherhood. Can you share a bit about Dan Quinn and what he has done to establish this brotherhood?
Yeah, man, DQ, real solid, man, solid coach, solid person. I don't thank him enough, bringing me here. You know what I mean? I ain't come here, the reason why I came here was DQ. And just a down-to-earth coach, man. He has a relationship with his players, and he means it. He truly means it, and he means this brotherhood that we built. So we talked about the brotherhood game heading into last night, and we did that, and we displayed it. So for that, man, it just speaks volume for what type of person he is and what he pushes forward.
And I know you are close with a lot of people on this team, but your relationship with Bobby Wagner, he has made many milestones since he's been here. So what do you say about Bobby?
Damn, I've been talking about Bobby. Nah, I'm messing with it. Bobby, man, he's one-on-one. He separated himself from who he is as a player, as a father, as a teammate, as a family. Like, he's my brother now. You know what I mean? He's one of the ones, man. Like 2,000 tackles, NBA. Like, dude just he does it all. What can he do? You know what I mean? But He definitely helped me in my game, helped a lot of young guys and a lot of guys in here as well, either it's on the field or off the field. But that's the type of person Bobby is, man. And, you know, I'm just blessed to witness that, you know, in the flesh. I mean, but we're still going at it, you know what I mean? We still got more in the tank, so hopefully, you know what I mean, we play as long as we can, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Frankie, I appreciate you as always. And here's the off season and all the many years that you all got left in the tank.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's, babe. Yeah, we was, you know, Frankie was trying to joan on me at the beginning of the of the clip. Y'all didn't hear all that was going on. We joked back and forth. It wasn't offensive or nothing.
Oh no, I'm sure it wasn't.
But that was what that chit chatter was at the beginning. So I don't know if you had any takeaways from that player interview.
Frankie's had a rough season, man. I don't have that much. He's had a rough season. I'm interested to see what Frankie's going to look like next year. Because this was real rough. So we'll see. You know what I mean? Like, we'll see where he's at.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. Other than that, that's all I have. But yeah, I mean, it seems like obviously he has him saying that he got there for Quinn. He went there for Dan Quinn. So that's the like kind of the whole like I guess the theme that most of these players are talking about how great Dan Quinn is. So, which is a good thing. You know what I mean? I'm just talking about what you're talking about, like the brotherhood and the love, you know, for their coach. So, but yeah, he's had it. But him in general by himself, he's had like a rough season. So Paul says, Candi, you bring out the best in players when you interview them.
Thank you.
That's a nice comment, Paul. That's a nice one.
Oh, that is really I listen. This is not an easy job. It is not. It's easy when it's good. Or is it harder? I think it's easier in the locker room when it's good.
Oh, you Washington State? Okay, what's up?
And thank you so much, Santiago. Thank you so much, Paul. And so you have to be, you got to be a little light. Not light. Let me take that back. You have to be able to ask the tough questions, sometimes off camera, to build the relationship, to then get what you get in a situation like this. And you know, I wasn't gonna put myself or anybody else in a position to have to talk to me on camera, because on camera is performance. Even though we're relaxed and everything, it's still a performance. I even felt some type of way, like I got to get on camera tonight with my HBCU alumni sweatshirt on and no makeup. I told Wole, I just got to roll. We got to get it, you know, because we got a show to do, and this is just how I'm showing up. But guess what? The players and the coaches see me in game day attire, and they see me like this, and we just. I told Wole, I said, I said, if you gonna like me like this, you gonna love me every day. Oh, I had to crack myself up. But listen, I appreciate that. Seriously. And he said, because his other interview was not the same energy. Hey, listen, Frankie and I good. Frankie and I good. We're really good. We good. All these guys I'm talking to, everyone I didn't get a chance to talk to, we're good. But it's hard to build that relationship and continue to build it, because sometimes things aren't good. Right? I don't think I have Quan Martins ready for tonight, but that is a topic that we'll talk about. It is on the Bowie TV channel, and that was tough. You know, and we've had conversations throughout the season, and I talked to him before it. I said, you sure you want to do it? Because and because I'm fine talking to him not on camera, because I'm still getting information. I'm still confirming my thoughts, be able to analyze, and they know. And I got a job to do just like they do. And you know, yes, they got families, they got kids, you know, I got several different stakeholder groups that I have to answer the mail to, including you all. And so I have to be aware of that, and I have to take everybody into consideration. And so did some of the players give the sense that they won't be back? I think it's that same sentiment, like even for Frankie, where it's like, and I said it in the interview, which was 2 days that I just don't You know, and when I was first in the business, when I first in the sports industry, I could not, it was something about roster cut down day that I just hated. Oh my God. It was so, well, like it was so hard for me on roster cut down day because I always felt like I would build relationships with players that were probably on the bubble, right? And I would see almost like myself. It's like, you know, like I'm the underdog. Like I'm one of the underdogs.
Of course.
Time I came in, I had my own outlet, you know, CWall Sports Entertainment.
Yeah.
And we all know how that, you know, Wole, how that went down. I ended up at Bowie TV. It's like I'm just constantly the underdog. So you go and you get with other underdogs and you get with other folks and you build that relationship.
All the time.
Don't make the roster or they got to go to another team. It's like, oh, it's like I get separation anxiety or something.
Yeah.
Well, that's a way to build relationships, and you just build relationships with somebody else and they go to another team. I've gotten used to roster cut down day, but it's something about locker room clean out day. I was happy that Frankie brought it up because the hard truth is some of them will not be back.
Yeah.
That's just the reality. Everybody wants to be back. Last year, especially, there was some hurt feelings, genuinely hurt feelings by not coming back. After there was some hurt people, and it wasn't about the money. It was like, I really, really want to be here.
Yeah.
And, you know, they were hurt because they really wanted to be back. And I get that same sentiment. Like people are bracing themselves for, you know, that they won't be back, but that's not what they want.
Yeah,
and we remember spaces where people will be gladly like, get me out of here, please.
Yeah.
And that's just not this. So
yeah, De'Ami Brown said he wanted to come back. Yeah, he didn't.
It was some. Yeah.
We got Allison had a question. I said, I'm late tonight. Did y'all talk on any changes to the staff at all? Barely. We may get to that a little bit later. Like we're doing a part 2.
We're gonna do a part 2 for sure.
So we're getting that to part 2.
Yeah, that's better to talk about later.
Yeah.
Part 2 for sure.
What else you got?
So since I got Frankie, and there's been so much conversation about this, but I think it was important. I did get one-on-one time with Jordan McGee. Fun fact, and I didn't do this on camera because I reminded Jordan the other day of this because I told him, I said, I'm gonna be petty. You know, I could be petty for real. I said, don't get all popular and forget that I was your first interview, okay?
Oh, damn.
It was me. He'd be like, you know, I'm never gonna forget that. I got the interview bookmarked. I said, you better. Like, let me stop. But thank you so much, Allison. I really, really do appreciate it. But I just tease Jordan because he's phenomenal. I've been on the Jordan McGee bandwagon from the door. Okay. So don't take my advocacy for Bobby Wagner to mean anything other than I advocate for that group.
Got you. No, I got you.
Those are my people right there. Don't even man, leave the linebackers alone. But you know, I got to do my job. I do have to do my job, so I'm constructive in my feedback. But we definitely talked to Jordan and Kane Madrano. So he's part of linebacker. You know, I got to, you know, my whole community there. But we're gonna do Jordan's, and then we're gonna shut it down because I talked to a few people one-on-one.
Okay, yeah.
What else I have? Well, I mentioned Quan, Chris Rodriguez, Jalen Lane, like I said, Kane Madrano.
Oh, yeah, a lot. For real.
And then others were just the scrums. And there was some that I talked to that I just, you know, didn't get a chance to do it all on camera.
Okay.
But still a lot of great conversations. Like I said, today, locker room clean out. Nobody likes locker room clean out day.
Yeah, it's the finality.
Yes, it is the finality of it, and it sucks.
It sucks. It sucks. It definitely sucks.
It sucks. It's not fun. There's nothing fun about it. But yes, I think you all might really, really, really want to pay attention to this Jordan McGee one-on-one. Jordan, we do a segment on our show called "What's Your One Word?" So, what's your one word to describe how you're feeling now at the end of the season?
one word, surreal. You know.
Talk a little bit about that.
You know, heading in, it's crazy because like time is flying, like, and you don't realize it. And I'm already heading into my 3rd year, so you know that's how it feels surreal in that aspect of it.
So the season did not turn out how you all anticipated, you planned. How has that process been? I mean, you've experienced your rookie year where everything was like a high.
Yeah,
now this year, not so much. So talk about just the difference in that.
We just gotta be consistent. You know, you can't ride the highs, you can't ride the lows. You just gotta find that middle ground. You know, I feel like all the success last year, you know, kind of hyped us up for this year. And we didn't meet expectations, so you know we was kind of back at that low level, you know. But like I said, it's consistency is key. So you really just gotta find that middle ground. You know, you can't hang your head too high, or you can't hang your head too low. You just gotta stay in that middle ground.
So you have a lot of veterans on defense. Can you share how important it is to have the Bobby Wagners, Von Millers, and such on that side of the ball and in your position group specifically for your growth?
You know, for the vets, you know, they bring a different aspect to the game. You know, they maybe have vets that helped them develop when they were rookies. So, you know, vets play a big part in a locker room, in a team setting, because they allow the young guys, they help the young guys develop, like Bobby did with me, Oos, Ballor, those type of guys that was in my room. Ballor 15 years, Bobby 13, 14 years, Oos is like year 8. So all those vets just helping me, bringing me different information, just helping me out. And, you know, like when you're a rookie, you need to find a routine. And, you know, Bobby really helped me find mine. So, you know, I took a couple things from Bobby, you know, put it into my routine, and now I have a consistent routine that I do from Monday through Friday.
So what's next off season? Or maybe you haven't got a chance of even thinking about that yet.
You know, I'm going to take probably like a couple days off, start running. I'll be here in VA, start running, but I'll probably be training in Florida or here. And then I'll probably go back to Delaware if you see my family, but mostly just training, you know, either VA or Florida.
Well, Jordan, you know I appreciate you.
Yes, I appreciate you.
And it's always a pleasure.
Yes,
I'm sure I'll be seeing you around.
Thank you. Most definitely.
All right.
He about to get you a hug too. I can see that. Yeah, I know. I can see it
I was like, hold on, let me turn the camera off. So yes, because those are we all. Yes.
Yeah, sorry, Taj's question.
I think it's an important point. I hope nobody misses the point about the vets.
Yeah, I mean, no. I think Bobby did his. I said that. I feel like Bobby did his job with them. You know, I feel like Bobby, he has been training under. He's supposed to. So he's supposed to. I mean, so I hope he learned a lot just about the mental part of playing linebacker. You know, from Bobby Wagner.
Yeah.
From Bobby Wagner. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't care about everybody else. I hope he learned a lot from Bobby Wagner.
It remains to be seen what happens or how it happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
But unsolicited, like how they do when they talk to me, is he made it a point to make it clear that he got his routine from Bobby.
Yeah. But he should be. That's what he should do, though.
And I knew that, but that was up to him to share that publicly, you know? Yeah. And even when I try to, where's Bobby Wagner here? Well, you know why? Because do you want Jordan McGee do you want him to get 100% of the reps or not?
Supposed to learn though. Yeah, he's supposed to learn from him. That's the cycle of
the
cycle of sports. Yeah, the cycle of sports.
I mean, I was like, come on, you guys. So these are the things that people need to be holding on to so that you understand what's happening in real life from players so that they really do get it, so that they can have the career a Von Miller, a Bobby Wagner, specifically at the linebacker position, has had. If they're playing this game, which is a very dangerous sport, but extremely lucrative, you absolutely want to have the career that a Bobby Wagner has had.
True. That's a fact. Taj had a question for you, so I want to kind of read it real quick. He says, I don't know if this was asked, but with all these media leaks about Cliff, do you think this is the team's way of telling Cliff if he is offered a job that it would be in his best interest to accept that job?
I don't think anybody needs to tell Cliff that.
Yeah. I agree with that.
If you've been listening to, and I'm just me being fair, right? I posted a question that actually came from Ben Standick's question to Cliff last Thursday. And even after the Minnesota game should tell you all you need to know. Because the only starters you were missing in that game were Luke McCaffrey and Austin Eckler. And you did not score any points. And even to the question I asked him back then, it was, these things just don't happen in the NFL. They sure don't. And then after, with his response to Sanders' question, it was, him talking about things that he wished he would have done better.
Yeah, he was
pretty
candid. He's really candid.
He's
really candid.
He said it. And he said it publicly. He made it clear. There are some things that he absolutely regrets. Schematically, not maximizing players. He was specific.
Yeah.
And so, we'll see what happens.
I think we can talk about that one.
We can talk about that
with the presser later. Because that one the presser kind of puts everything in light to all of that. To be honest with you, the one with Adam Peters and like that one.
Absolutely, I think the Cliff stuff, and we still have some player interviews as well with some of the younger guys. I spent some time mostly with some of the young guys. I know you guys like hearing from them, except for like Von Miller, because he jumped in stuff like that. But I just think that it's enough to go around. In this case, nobody's really exempt.
Yes, agreed.
Nobody's exempt. Ain't nobody exempt. And you heard a lot from, to your point earlier, Wole, from Dan Quinn and Adam P. If you have not listened to it, please do.
It's telling.
It's very telling, and please do before we do part 2 of this, because we're really going to dive really deep into that. Because they made it very clear that this cannot happen again.
Yes. Very clear. Very clear.
Yes. They literally said those words. This cannot happen again.
Yeah. It's just interesting how they were talking about their coordinators. That's why I was like, okay. It wasn't like nothing was guaranteed.
Nothing is guaranteed.
Yeah. That's how I was saying. Like nothing was guaranteed.
Nothing is guaranteed.
Yeah.
And I also think that it was just, Coach Quinn talked about Coach Tavita, right? Because he was giving an example of coaches that he didn't know. Like he didn't know Coach Tavita, he didn't know Bobby Ingram. It's people he didn't know. So it's not like he's opposed to bringing in people that he doesn't know, because obviously he's working with people that he didn't know. Last year, you know what I mean? But I think that I just think that when they all came back.
Yeah.
And once Tavita was able, they didn't hold him back. He got the job. He was able to go. And I even had to laugh. I was like, dang, Tavita, you got to get a credential now. You got to stand behind the rope. Wow. Because he was at the Christmas game.
Oh.
You got to get in the family.
Oh, yes, right. He was at the game. Oh, geez.
He came to the game with his family. I was cracking up. But
that's funny.
That was a clue too. Now we're not going to hold you back. Like if you want to go coach somewhere else, you want another opportunity, go ahead and go. Mm-hmm. Right. So they were clear, and I don't even like, they said this can't happen again. 5 wins can't happen again. They didn't say you got to make the playoffs every year, but
you gotta be compete. You got to compete though.
That this can't happen again.
Yeah, you got to compete. You just got to be able to compete. You just can't be a team that lays down, get blown out and get beat like they got beat this year. Like I think people would understand you were in games a lot, but these games they weren't even in games. That's the thing. That's the problem.
They weren't in games.
Yeah, exactly.
Your defense couldn't stop anybody, but your offense couldn't score any points.
Well, couldn't score enough. Well, yeah, they couldn't score points at times.
They couldn't score points
at times. Like even they just couldn't score points
at times.
Like you couldn't score points against bad defenses at times. That's what got me. Like the Cowboys have a bad defense, and you couldn't even score against them.
Bad. Kansas City.
Yeah, they were not. Yeah.
You know, like what is this?
Yeah.
They had trouble last night.
I know, but they did.
They won, but they definitely been having some trouble.
Yeah, man. Look, it's when you're a bad team, you do bad team stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's how. Like that's why you turn the ball over, which they did, and you don't get turnovers, which you don't, and you can't stop anybody, which you don't. You don't get off on third downs, which you don't. Exactly. You don't get first downs. You don't get
first downs. You can't get off on third down. You can't. I mean, it's just. It was like the exact opposite of all the things they did very well in 2024.
Agreed. Totally agree with that.
It was the exact opposite.
It's like you were uber aggressive in 2024, and it worked for you. Uber aggressive 2024. In 2025, you were aggressive. It didn't work for you. I mean, you just weren't complete. You weren't executing.
Nope.
It's a lot. It's a lot, man. It's a lot.
It was a lot. I believe them. I believe them. You know what I'm saying? They haven't given me a reason not to believe them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like they haven't given me a reason not to believe them. Like, oh, you said this last year. Nah, they haven't given me a reason not to believe that this can't happen again.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait and see first. You gotta prove it to me. And once you show me bad, then all I know is bad until you show me something different.
Yeah,
that's what I'm that person. Like you just gotta show me. Like I gotta know. I gotta know what's the like two in a row is a trend. So I'm right now. I don't know what you are. So that's why I tell folks I don't know what you are, because in 2024 you showed me something that I'm gonna just take you for what you are. But then you showed me this. You're something in between. Now I know you're just in between. You're in between 2024 2025. You may not be as good as 2024, but you're not as bad as 2025.
Right.
So
and that is where I think they are, Wole.
Yeah.
Like I said, those 5 close games that they all won. You know what?
Yeah.
Guess what? They probably were a 7 or 8 win team.
Maybe,
And that's probably what they were in 2024. It's probably what they are right now. That's why 5 looks so bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
see, Scott.
All right, see, Scott. And so that's what I'm saying. Like it probably you probably were a lot closer to,
mm-hmm.
But that's still not good.
Yeah, it's still not good. You know what I'm saying? So,
it's still not good.
Yeah. So we'll see. So we'll see where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he said the Cowboy game was unique starters. They're starting Washington only combined.
I mean, right now, and that I think what Paul says here is exactly what we're saying.
Yeah.
Exactly
50 mediocre. They are fourth.
A 7-8 win team.
Yeah.
In 2024.
Yeah.
So therefore, you didn't make the mark.
And you flip it, and you 500. So you don't know.
Yeah, you were mediocre to begin with.
Yeah, you don't know what you are in terms of the whole. Yeah, and I'm not.
You're mediocre to begin with.
Yeah, so you don't know.
Those five games went your way.
Yeah, I agree. Santiago, ready for the super chat? Oh man, appreciate you. Thanks for helping.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You dope, bro. You dope, Santiago. You so dope.
Yeah, thanks for helping us survive this season. And yeah, you got to survive the off season and more seasons to come. Hey, listen, I know it was hard to watch, but I don't know if you all read any of the writing from Liam Griffin from Washington Times. It's one of the folks on the beat that I'm pretty close with. And we were leaving out tonight. I was like, man, what a season. And he was like, well, you know what, Candi? He said, but we had fun. I said, you know what, Liam? We did. Because we did. Like it was some fun moments. I mean, it was
y'all on the beat.
It was so hard to do your job, but it was definitely like some moments where it was like,
facts. Can't we either.
You didn't know what you were watching. A lot of the times. The only thing I was definitely wrong. I thought after Kansas City that they weren't going to win another game all season. So technically I was wrong about that because they won 2 more. Okay.
Or the Giants game that counts.
They won the Giants game, and technically they won last night. But in Kansas
Yeah.
City, I was like, they're not gonna win another game this season. This is it. This is it. It
Yeah, I
is.
was hoping
It has
so.
fallen. The bottom is gone. There is no bottom. It's falling out, and this ain't good. And so, I mean, and I knew in Dallas. That's why I asked the question I asked that Paul said was the question of the year. I knew in Dallas, this is a wrap. But Kansas City, I got a little trick in the first half. And I said
The Atlanta games when I knew.
Well, Atlanta was defense got. I said that's it.
That's what I knew.
And
I mean,
then
that's why I kind of knew when
week
Jay got
7
back. I was like, yeah, that's what I kind of like.
yeah,
I
that
had
was week
that.
7. I said,
Yeah.
Coach can't do this. He
Yeah.
cannot. I just believe the offensive coordinator cannot do this without Jaden, and that's going to be an issue for me because you got to be able to do
The
something.
Dallas game probably. You know what? I'm lying to myself. It's the Dallas game where I knew it was over.
The Dallas game. That was it. That was because that was when that's when the
Jaden was back because Jaden was back.
That was when it was all over.
Yeah, because Jaden was back,
like,
and Jaden was back, and we couldn't do nothing with them. That was like, damn, we can't score. That was because I didn't have to do the math. I was like, damn, Dallas is better than us. That's when I was like, yeah, we're not going to be that good. The Eagles are winning
defense.
Yeah, because the Eagles are going. I had the Eagles already winning the division. The Eagles won the division. I said the Eagles were like, and then I was like, the Cowboys. Damn, we're not better than the Cowboys. Then I was like, yeah. Oh man.
Thank you, Pastor Collection Play. Thank you,
hey, thank you, Taj. You dumb as hell. Thank you, Taj.
Yeah. I said, anytime, because I watch what I asked even publicly, anytime I had to ask Dan Quinn if he considered taking over plays, and everybody thought I was talking about the defense, and I said, oh, no. He could have called the whole rest of the game. Okay? Because they got a problem on both sides. That was week 7. And that was when I said this, because you already knew what you were going to get on defense. Dak was doing all right. So, and thank you, Paul. All the super chats coming in.
Oh, dang, Paul. Thank you, bro. Jesus Christ.
Passing a collection plate. Thank you. Interesting off season.
Yeah, we'll see.
Off season, starting a little bit sooner than we all anticipated. I mean, prior to the season, prior to the season, starting a bit earlier than we thought. I thought they had one wild card weekend in them. But no.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping for I didn't expect a 12-5 season. I was just hoping for like a 11. I actually was hoping for like a 10-7 season. I thought that can get us in the.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I was thinking. I was still on my 7 or 8 wins, but I said 10.
Oh, George, you too, damn.
George, thank you. Tell everybody about us. Live Bowie television recording in collaboration with Urban Sports Team. We're going to keep doing this.
Hey, George.
I won't be off. I will be working. And we got a part 2 of this because we really do have to dig into the press conference, and we have more player interviews. So
yeah, part 2's happening.
About that as well. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, you'll be around, man.
I'm gonna be around. I'm gonna be around.
I'm gonna be around. Y'all know I'm gonna be around. I'm gonna be around.
I'm gonna be around. I'm gonna be around. And so it's not that I don't want to be, but it was like, dang, they really did this. Okay.
Yeah, see, man.
Yeah, man, you just gotta get off the ledge and be like, at least here's how you got to get off the ledge. And Matt,
that's what talk about. Look at y'all, man. Y'all, look at y'all, man.
you get off the ledge once you realize they know. Once the accountability has been spoken out loud by the senior leaders of the organization, all right, at least you know. But let's see what you do with what you know.
Yeah, we'll see. Like, look, man, all you can do is to me, if the season's over, all you can do is look ahead and then see what moves they make. Because what happens in this is football. What happens is every off-season move, a lot of people get hyped by some move, period. And then a draft pick kind of brings new life. It's just like a baby being born. It's like new life to a family, whatever. Like when you get a draft pick and where they're drafting at, or they trade back, right, and they get more picks or whatever, some people will be excited about it. That player is now going to bring excitement to the organization one way or the other. Like when even though I wasn't the biggest Connolly fan, period. But there's excitement with it, right? Initially, I
Yeah.
wasn't the biggest Connolly fan. Like, but Trey Amos, like, there's excitement when that player got drafted. Like, there are players that when you get drafted, they be like, oh man, we got this player. We want to see how he works out. This draft, too, I think that's why I think in terms of getting the fan base back to feeling good again, get those vibes. I mean, free agency is one thing, but I do think this draft is going to be very essential in terms of bringing the vibes back for like the fan base to kind of get that, oh, we're turning the corner type thing. And then it's up to, and then from that point, it's up to like, you know, just like anything, it's up to Adam Peters and Dan Quinn to kind of get the moves or bring the coaches in or whatever to get the team to get into that direction where they thought they were going to after 2024. So,
and a lot of these signings that need to get done,
that too, that too, get it done early. Stop playing with it.
Early.
Yeah, which he said he learned from. He said
did.
that. He said he's now. He said he learned from that.
He did, and the comment he made about he and Terry both sides.
To both sides.
Learn a lot.
Yeah.
I can confirm that is true.
Yeah, so
both sides are clear. Things should have happened differently.
Yeah, definitely. It shouldn't have waited. It shouldn't have been that long. It shouldn't take that long. It should have been start, and the conversation should have been. And I'm a stand on this. The conversation should have started. Whoever it is, whatever. I'm not into the no, but that conversation should have started.
Yeah,
like a little bit of last.
It got a little personal.
Yeah, but it should have started before. I would have said before that season ended last year, where it should have the conversation should have been had. If you really wanted to keep Terry McLaurin back, like if you want to keep him back, try to have that discussion early, and then we would see, and then maybe it would have leaked over into probably mini camp or something at the furthest. You know what I mean? Because then the conversation, the dialogue would have started at a certain place. That's what I would say. If you want to keep somebody, if you don't care about keeping somebody, that's a whole different discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a whole different discussion.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
Oh, look, Eagles fan, like we're going to the playoffs. Enjoy Cancun. It's okay. Look, Eagles fan, it's okay. I appreciate Eagles fans. I appreciate folks who just pull up. But I will say this though. I hope you come back after the Niners game. Come back after the Niners game. We're gonna be on here. Come back after the Niners game.
Yeah, we'll be here. And so we'll be here.
Yeah, I'll be here. We'll definitely be here. That was 8. You know what? I'm not gonna get into that. I would say that it's not 80, not that far, not that much, not 80% all his agent. You know, his agent's not the best, but it's a lot of everybody. I think it's like Adam said.
He said it, and I can confirm from the other side. They both could have done things differently. Yeah. And that's why, and that's another thing I feel like, and that's why I just really appreciate and really enjoy doing this show with you, Wole, because you're like, everybody is at fault. And I think sometimes people it's hard. It's like this or that.
Yeah. It could be.
It's like there's not an or here. It's and they're all at fault. There's things that people could have done way differently, and they didn't. Everybody, and so it's just unfortunate.
Yeah.
You see, I would also like to say, I don't know if I brought this up. I think I did. If you haven't already with the Washington Post, to go and read that article by Tashawn Reed and
he's like a cool dude. He seems like a cool dude. That's what that he seems like.
And so it's
it
is telling because when Jaden got hurt, that was when I think the light bulb went off for everybody. Like, okay, this is not going to be our year.
Oh, I will say this to this comment. The only reason why I say this because I have my own suspicion. So you don't have to like jump on this one, but I will say this is my own suspicion because I kind of like I think there's a when you're negotiating. I'll say this much. I kind of see a trend because even from what I've heard about what's the old boy, the safety that left here. What am I having a moment? Jeremy Chin. All right. I think there's a way when you're negotiating, your first offer has to be respectable. Put it that way. That's all I'll say when you're negotiating. Like the first offer, thank you, Chin. Thank you, bro. Like the first offer has to be respectable. Because if the first offer isn't in any negotiation, if the first offer is a lowball offer, people are initially insulted, and then that can go left. So you have to be careful how your first offer is played when you're negotiating. Like you don't want to give them too much, but you want to make sure it's an offer where they think about it and like, all right, I can get more. Like you're always going low. You want lower. Don't get it twisted. As an offer, you want lower, but it can't be insulting. Like that I will say that from the outside looking in, from a pattern, I feel like the first offer has to be an offer that is respectable enough to be looked at. That's all I'm saying. As when we're negotiating, the agent's job is to go super high. That's always the agent's job. Is to go high, to go higher than market. But also, but for the agent side too, to your point, it can't be ridiculous though. Like it can't be ridiculous. It can't be like Justin Jefferson money. Yeah.
Right. I mean,
yeah. You know what I mean? So both parties got to play it smart. It can't be too low. You can't say, I'm going to give you this amount of money compared to somebody who's not close to you. But on the other side, you can't say I want higher money or money of this player when you don't reach that person's status. So it goes a little bit of both. That's what I will say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I would say.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying like I agree with you, Candi. Like both parties are at fault. It's not just one person. Like you can't say if I'm worth if I'm equal to a person who's getting 30 million, like my productivity is close to somebody getting 30 million, but I'm trying to give you 20. I'm not saying for Terry, I'm saying anybody in general, but I'm trying to offer you something 20 million. That's insulting. Like if you want to give me something that's close enough, say 25 to 20, give me 25 to 26, and now we can have a real discussion. Then it's like, all right, now we can creep to the number. But if you're gonna say 20, then it's like it's insulting. Then why do I want to entertain you? I'm gonna be frustrated. I'm going to be frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say. But on the flip side, to your point, the agent too has to give you a respectable offer. Yeah, could be way too high. That too. That's what I'm saying. I agree. That's what I'm saying. It's both sides to it. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah, that's it. But yeah, but all in all, this season's been chaotic regardless. Like it started there. So what we're talking about, it started there.
That's where it started.
It started there. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying.
That's where it started. Where is you know what? In part 2, don't let me forget that picture. I think we showed it on one show though. When I was in New England.
Okay, do that too. Yeah, so we're gonna highlight that one too.
We gonna highlight that.
Highlight that too.
Because the reality is that's the mark of the season right there.
Oh yeah, the frustration, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that was just like,
yeah,
this is it.
I'm just saying it's
bad.
Yeah,
this is bad. This is bad, and I know what I'm looking at. And this
mm-hmm. So yeah, but yeah.
Hey, you never know. All you can do, lessons learned, everybody. Now I got to be on point. I told you this at the beginning of the show. People who have been watching the whole entire time, I told you all. I said.
She did. Candi, you said.
What?
Belt to ass versus the Patriots. That's what you said.
I remember asking Coach Quinn, like in a press conference not too long ago. I was like, Coach, you were upset like this in the preseason. Like you've been mad all season like this. like literally.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it wasn't good. I'm gonna bring that picture back up and be like, this is when I knew this ain't, I wanted to be wrong, but I was right. And that's unfortunate.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't like being right about it. I like to be wrong about stuff.
She don't like to be wrong.
I don't like to be right about stuff like this. Now, the injuries, I couldn't have guessed that. Oh, my God. Whoa, and whoa, stop, right? I just thought it was going to get them a little longer to get up to speed. And much like everyone else, I did think LA was all right, they can do this.
After LA was, I thought we could after LA. I had hope too.
I had hope, like, all right, they can figure this out. They can figure this out.
That was Chicago. After LA was Chicago, right?
Yep. And I was like, nope, this ain't.
It's trash.
I was wrong. Okay. So yeah, because the whole mood was right for that Chicago game too. The all black.
It was right there. It was right. It was there for the taking. It was there for the taking. It was there for the taking, man.
Phenomenal. The organization did a very good job.
It was there for the taking.
The team did not, though.
Yeah, they didn't. They didn't take over. They didn't do what they needed to do. But yeah, we're going to we got part 2, right?
We got part 2. And we'll post and everything when
we'll post. Yeah, it's gonna happen. You know what
it's gonna happen, and it's gonna
this week though. It's definitely gonna happen this week.
Yeah.
It's Stranger Things. I ain't watching Stranger Things. Is that on today or something? I don't watch Stranger Things. I don't know what that is.
I don't actually watch it either.
I know what it is. Let me take it back. I know what it is. I just don't watch it. Is it like today? Like the is it today?
I think the series finale was last week.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Okay. Maybe I'm gonna have to start getting. I may watch that thing because everybody's talking about it.
I might end up watching that. I watched. I did Game of Thrones later after everybody.
Oh,
I thoroughly enjoy Game of Thrones. I almost
I haven't watched
it. You haven't? No, that is definitely.
My brother likes it. My brother likes it a lot. My brother loves it. Therefore, I won't watch it because he loves it too much. I'm petty, my brother. Me, my brother. That's my best friend. But I'm petty with him.
He said this season was like Stranger Things. I mean, like.
This
was weird.
It was.
This was weird.
Ain't about like zombies and stuff. Isn't that what Stranger Things about? Like zombies or something? Oh yeah, I'll take your word for it. Paul, I'll take your word for it, man. I'll take your word for it, Paul.
I was like, we were just having a nice time.
It was, man. This season sucked. But it's okay though. No way, 12-5 to 5-12. That is so wild.
Yeah,
like the flip is wild.
It was wild. Like, did somebody put a root on them? Somebody did something. I need to leave. And so I said, I was going through everything one day. Is it the Super Bowl uniforms? Maybe they just need to go back to being the Commanders. And I was like, no more. Just don't put any of it back. Just let it sit. Just let it stay.
You know what? I didn't think about that.
I'm telling you, something wasn't right.
Maybe it is a curse.
Like, just leave it alone. Let it go.
Because they brought back the jerseys.
They brought back the jerseys. It was a whole thing that they all got on board with. We gonna all do this, and ain't nothing been right back then.
Maybe that is it. I didn't even think about it that way. And I'm real superstitious. Maybe that is it. Maybe that's the reason. That is a weird.
I'm gonna tell you. That's the only thing that makes the most sense to me. Because I'm superstitious.
Because we got hurt. We got hurt all the time. There was some stuff that doesn't make any sense. Jaden kept getting hurt.
Everything was
Everybody
wrong.
got hurt. Yo.
Nothing went right. I mean, there's some bright spots. Yes, we're gonna stay on the bright spots. We look at the bright spots.
You're not wrong.
Nothing. It was.
You're not wrong. I won't lie, Kenny. I'm getting tired. I'm starting to yawn now.
Me too.
All right.
All right, y'all. Thanks for sticking with us.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all for part 2.